Before we start, we've had some mad internet blackouts in Ireland at the moment. So not sure what's going on there. If we drop out, if it's a bit of a weird stream, hopefully it will all kind of fix itself in the background. I think we had some sound issues at the very beginning. I hope that Genesis riff got captured. That's going to be my... Who knows?
Start over if we have to.
No, I'll do it again at the end if I'm not drunk enough. So yeah, the internet might go. Bear with us. I think we're all on the same provider. I won't throw them under the bus. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. We're joined by special guest Tony Cantwell. Tony, thanks for coming back. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Aside from this very,
he's so hip as well. Oh.
I'm pretty hip, so
Yeah.
aside from this very niche show, where would people probably know you from as opposed to find you? That would be a better way to put it, I think.
well, I'll tell you where they should know me from. TikTok. I'm blowing up on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. I have acquired some new American fans on TikTok. I'm going international. Have you been on TikTok?
It's part of the kind of quarantine you can go, I have downloaded it.
It's honestly, guys, like I'm a convert. It's really good. It's just exclusively for people making either instructional videos or just funny skits. It's none of the pomp. It's not even any of the kind of random pomp that you'd expect of people with irrelevant captions. It's just what it is, and you swipe out of it. It's lovely and disposable. So hey, Tony Cantwell of TikTok fame is on the show today.
I did catch, what was it? I saw the two. Well, the internet showed me them today. I don't know if they went up today, but In the Mosh Pit for Cats had me in fucking.
So good. The technology that it has, I could just make myself in a mosh pit for cats. Like, this is crazy. I know the Chinese are spying on us. I know they invented it for a reason. But to get
jokes on them.
Jokes on them, really.
You want to watch this?
Yeah, a little mosh pit for cats. I don't know. You might know me from comedy, postponed, not cancelled comedy gigs, and Facebook and videos and podcasts as well online.
You can find Tony at Tony Horror pretty much across you've done the clever thing of using the same username, unlike some shows.
How are you guys spread? Do you have _ IE at all of them? Do you have homebrew _ IE?
201 on some stuff. No, we're Homebrew Quest most of the places, but Homebrew Show on Twitch. Right. Someone has Homebrew Quest. They don't use it. I don't think they'll ever give it to us.
Yeah, we reached out and they're hanging on to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Waiting for that sweet D&D bucks. Once we got that D&D money coming in, we'll buy it off them for literal business. Before we dive into the campaign proper, quick announcement from our partner of the show, Dakota Irish. If you like handcrafted dice trays, if you like collecting dice sets or matching your dice to characters you're playing, go to dakotairish.com. And when you get to that checkout, when you're hovering that mice over that little cart, and then you're going, will I put in my details? Put in Homebrew Show as a little promo code, get 10% off. That's pretty handy. Don't do it after you've purchased something. No, I didn't do that on dakotairish.com, but I definitely did that ordering beers recently. I was like, and ordered. And the promo, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So, look, that's... internet's hard, guys. It's a real tough place to be. Wes, do we have a community cork board this week, or shall I just jump in?
Yeah, just real quick. Business as usual with the D&D Dublin. They're doing games online. If you find them on Discord, you can find them on Meetup. They're teaching people how to play in D&D and just giving games to people. It's you're in quarantine. What else are you doing? You might as well learn how to play this game. Makes understanding this show a lot easier. And then just real quick, if people are looking for more of us, they can find us here on Twitch as we go live every second Tuesday. We also upload to YouTube the following Saturday, and we upload clips and little pieces. You can find us there on Homebrew Quest. Any subscribed, hitting the notification bell, it all really, really helps. Liking the videos, sharing it, even disliking if you really feel the need to. But we don't put any money behind ads, so any word of mouth, sharing, anything really, really helps. And then you can find us on socials, all of them. Not TikTok yet, but we might ride on coattails.
TikTok, apparently.
Well, you just said you downloaded it, so get talking. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Okay. We'll invent that.
Yeah.
now called Get Talking. That's what
Yeah.
land our they are marked.
Now
on
we're
TikTok
talking.
forever.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect fit as well. You know, these kind of very short form, 10-second videos. I think a 2-hour D&D campaign
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to go through.
in landscape
2-hour
mode,
D&D
so everyone has to
game.
turn their phone.
An entire video of someone figuring out how proficiency works. It'll be just constant content.
I think we've wasted the audience's time enough. Maybe, who knows? If you're doing during the show, absolutely do what Wes said there. We love. We rarely talk about ourselves. We do that classic Irish thing of like, oh yeah, we're kind of cool. It's grand, just whatever. But yeah, tell a friend. That'll be handy. That'll be really nice. Thank you. That's how embarrassed I get with self promos. Now, without further ado, grab yourself a drink, pull up a chair, as we dive into a world where anything is possible, but not always probable. Welcome back to the realm of Hibernia. And imagine, if you will, the thundering of hooves and a whole squadron of elite Fenia warriors carving their way through the thick forests of the Baja Glen. We see wildlife scatter out of the way. A flock of birds burst through the treetops and into the sky, their screech echoing through the valley. There's a fierce determination to the pace of these warriors, a sense of urgency. And against the protest of some of the horses, they push on. We see the leaders at the front of this pack fall out of their riding order and into single file. They're zipping one by one through the narrow gaps of the trees ahead, a smooth and coordinated movement mirrored by all that follow behind. The ease in which they make progress through this difficult terrain only stands to their honed experience as protectors of the realm, each displaying a supernatural ability to move as one with and through the forest. And as this band thunders across a sturdy cobblestone bridge, arcing over a dip and small river on the forest floor, we notice four sexy adventurers, as well as a personal harem of 6 to 8 villagers, ducked away under the bridge itself, hiding from the searching eyes of these law-enforcing warriors. And as the rhythmic sound of hooves drifts away into the distance, a sigh of relief can be heard in the air. We see the Dirty Bitch Boys, all except one. And actually, what I forgot to do at the start of the show, you might have noticed, we're not joined by Gav this week. Gav has had some personal news and can't be with us this week, so our kind of love and thoughts and all our friendship goes out to him. On a lighter note, Gav's character last week filled his pockets full of concrete and then stepped into a river. And so he's not. So Willem,
Is that a lighter note?
Sounds heavier.
It's not real life.
It's both heavy emotionally and in reality, or
An actual physical. Yeah. So Willem, that brave barbarian. Was he a kobold? Who knows?
Yeah. Feels grim talking about him in the past tense. Like.
Well, filled his pockets of concrete and stepped into a river. So that's what you get for robbing building supplies from a dirty barge.
So we were dead set it was going to work. I thought he had the reed to breathe.
Yeah. Just a little bit too short.
Banks across like Popeye running back and forth. But for plot and for ease of missing a player, he is drowned in that river, and you're as cut up as you want to be about it. That's up to you guys. I'm not going to take away your player reaction. Mm-hmm. As this band of Fena warriors thunder past, you are all still a short journey out from your camp. It appears your actions did catch the attention and full force of the local Fenia in these parts. Just for the audience's sake, if they've only watched this, if they're tuning in now and they haven't seen part 1, don't worry, you don't need to see part 1 for this adventure. It's going to be self-contained as well. But for them, if going from, say, across and around the overlay, Grud, can you just give them a quick top line, who your character is, class, race, general appearance? And we'll just do it for everyone, just so they have a picture in their head.
Grud is a big-ass bugbear, which is kind of like a furry orc. He wears very few clothes. He's angry. He's like a hillbilly sound guy. He's just doing some kind of squats or push-ups at any given opportunity and is extremely condescending to weak people. That's about it.
Yeah, that sums it up. Kinnegar Scrags, the were-tiger wizard.
It's me, Kinnegar Scrags. So Kinnegar Scrags is a fucking, even though he's magic, right? So he doesn't need to be what I'm about to tell you. He is fucking jacked, right? He doesn't need to be because he's magic as well, but he is jacked. He wears the kind of like sleeveless, long, kind of hooded thing that Ricochet from wrestling wears. And he's just jacked, and he is a master of enchantment and can often be seen enchanting porn in his own hands.
So just between like the Tony, the other players don't need to know this. Between DM and Kinnegar Scrags, Master of Illusion, you can tell me, you can be honest. Is he actually jacked, or is it all an illusion?
Well, let's just say he's working hard all the time.
Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Gordon's cordial. As we kind of duck underneath this cobblestone bridge and see you huddled away, what are we seeing as an audience?
Gordon's cordial, because that's what I'm drinking, a combination of those, he's a big half-orc fighter who is kind of just he's, because of the word cordial, he's very polite, which when you're a dirty bitch boy bandit means he finds the rudest thing anyone can possibly do is to trespass on their land, use roads, for instance. And so he enjoys implementing the law. So he's, we're cowering, so he's just looking for a way to get out. Not cowering, right? We're waiting to...
Yeah, you're heroically and dramatically hiding.
Yeah, I accidentally said that was Lucy saying, I'm cowering, right? But Gordon's like, he's just itching. He's itching to get out there.
You're like all Ginyu Force posing. That's what makes you cool. But in the shadows. So you're not, Yeah. So the audience know you're the good guys or the bad guys. They know you're the protagonist. But yes, you are essentially a cowering under a bridge. And Pale Ale.
Pale Ale is a short goblin. He's got some armor on. He's a cleric, and he's a cleric for a trickster god. I think it's Bayan, or I never really... Bone. That's what it is.
For a show based on Irish mythology, we often mispronounce things.
Oh yeah,
and often don't even use the mythology.
So he's the cleric for a trickster god. So he mostly has gone straight route clowning, and believes in spraying water in people, or getting on his hands and knees and getting other people to push people over on top of him, and pies in the face, that kind of thing. Brought to a warrior cleric level, if you can imagine that.
I think he would do well on TikTok, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
thanks,
I'm going to get talking right after this. I'll be talking all up in that gaff.
Crud, as the most senior and de facto leader of this exposition, despite you all, and here's what we do in the show: we name things after beers. Despite you all feeling like yellow bellies, smooth, Ben. Thanks. Nice. Is there anything you would like to do? Yellow bellies. Yeah, we didn't do what we're drinking. Top of the, but I'm drinking that.
So hang on. So where did we actually wrap up with the fight last time? I think I missed that. Sorry.
You killed everyone who approached you, and you started making your way kind of slowly back towards the camp with your supplies. But because you're kind of carrying supplies, you're a little bit slower than normal. The Jets were noticed, and they've kind of booked it towards you and kind of following your trail.
Okay.
And you're not too far away from the camp. God's actually very close.
Okay. I think okay. Are we? What kind of time of day is it?
It is. When did you set out? Early morning. It's coming into evening time.
Yeah, we set up camp, I think, and then we were going to do the whole barge thing in the morning.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So it was bright and early in the morning. So now it's like mid-afternoon, coming up to dinner time.
Okay, so it's not super dark yet. It's just kind of getting dusky. Yeah,
it's the kind of dark where if you're a young enough kid, you're worried you're going to get a bit of a talking to if you come home in this light. Okay. Kind of dark that if you go to bed, you can still hear all the other kids playing out in the street. It's that level of dark.
Yeah, so we're all kind of worried that our mob boss is going to give us a real hiding for being out past curfew.
He doesn't even know that we're gone. We didn't even tell him we were going, if you can
We're
recall.
in so much trouble.
Not when he sees our swag, you bitch. Rod, you bitch. He hasn't even seen
Is
our
Kinnegar
swag.
getting more sassy every
I
episode?
don't know.
He's been watching too much Drag Race in between episodes. Like he's just getting real bitchy. Okay, we should probably set up some kind of trap for these fools that are tracking us, because I don't know. maybe we should set up a decoy and then attack them from behind. Or we can't outrun them. We won't get back in time, and we'll bring everyone back to Lamb Hog, and he'll be pissed off.
It was about 30 of them on horseback, just to give you a loose sense of numbers.
I was going to ask.
Jesus.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. They didn't seem to notice you though. They seemed to just book it straight ahead.
Oh, sorry. I thought we saw them like assembling and chasing after us.
No. You guys were a couple of days. That's my fault. You guys were a couple of days away from the barge. So on your couple of days back, they caught up with you, and
Right. Okay. I thought we were in the middle of a chase. That's why I was like, okay. Okay.
No. You heard them kind of thundering up behind you, hid, and they're sort of thundering straight ahead.
Cool. Like ring raid style, hiding under the tree.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
So
Except in my notes, I said search, find, tree, replace, bridge.
Yeah. They were they running in the direction of camp then? So they've run past us.
Make a survival check.
Survival. That is 14.
Yeah, they seem to be heading dead center for the camp.
Shit, guys.
How do they?
I don't think he's going to like that, is he?
No.
This is the one thing he didn't want to happen.
He specifically said, "Don't
He
send
did.
30 Fina at the camp." He hates police.
This is the best practical joke we could have ever played on that. Well done, lads.
I can't believe we accidentally swatted our boss.
He has notoriously poor humor for this kind of prank, though.
He's not funny. He has no sense of humor.
He hates virtually every one of my jokes. He's
Pale
never
Ale,
appreciated a single pie in the face.
Pale Ale, what was the last time you played a joke on Lamb Hog? Like, let's just cut to that scene. He's there. He's polishing his swords. It's maybe 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Oh well, yeah. That's an easy one because I was trying out my new flower. It usually sprays water, but I've decided it could spray some acid. So I was trying it out, but I got the balance wrong, and it was mostly acid. It should be diluted a bit so that people get annoyed, and then 10 seconds later they feel the burning. That's where the real prank is. It was just all acid in his face. Oh man, you know the way he has that bit of squint now the past couple of weeks?
Yeah,
that
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, he didn't like it at all. I'm surprised I'm alive or here and still in the crew. I've been tinkering with another one where I put a bear trap in a pie because I reckon no one will defend themselves when I throw it at them. Then bam, bear trap. It'll be hilarious.
Is this where we find out everyone has wronged the bomb boss in some way and we've been sent on a suicide mission?
If he had ever sent us on anything, then yes.
Explains why he was so happy to get rid of us. Yes.
I was laying it on a bit thick, and he doesn't really know me, so.
Yeah, Kinnegar, you've joined the right team to impress our boss.
Well, that's great.
He sees us saving him from 30 Fina, it's gonna put us in his good books. We got to get there before they do and warn everyone. Does anyone have a way to get there? All I got, and I'm like flexing the whole time. I don't have any magical abilities. I'm just jacked. That's all I got to offer. If you want me to lift something, I can do that. But I could throw you a camp. I could probably reach you. You reckon, Pale Ale? You reckon how aerodynamic or how air? You're like a football, right?
Oh yeah, and it's one of the core tenets of cleric school is being able to be thrown at people. It's a hilarious joke.
So when the
I'm
raptor
quite
happens,
aerodynamic.
you can reach heaven faster.
Yeah. I'm decent at the athletics involved, and I was just looking at my stats to back up my lie, and I am actually decent at the athletics involved.
Quite throwable.
So we throw him at the horses. I think.
I've even got a net, so you could put me in a net, throw me at them.
Interesting.
Hopefully, I'll trip them over.
Well, I noticed they're running on the main path. Can I use my quite decent investigation to figure out a shortcut through the woods?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Roll an investigation check. I think technically it would be a survival, but
okay.
You've passed through here before, so now you're just investigating a shortcut. Yeah, why not? Yeah,
I have 7. Plus 5.
It's hard because anytime you try to get anything done, your new sort of crowd of fans that you stole from the Barge, who have no purpose in life now except for to be your booty.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of keep asking, like, anything I can do for you? How you doing? Did someone say Annette? I'm Annette.
We're trying to think here, Annette.
All right, no ideas in a brainstorm. So wait, that's not how that goes.
No.
There's too much
this is
storm
going on
going
with your brainstorms, man.
Yeah.
Too much brains.
Can we, if we all split up, if there's 7 of us, we could hit this. We could hit the 7 points of a compass, and report back as soon as we find that camp.
I have not heard a better idea.
Could we use them as some kind of what's the word? Hostage. Yes, forgot the word hostage there.
Well, they won't know that we have them.
Hmm.
I do, and I want to stress this. I like the idea of putting their lives in jeopardy for our gain. I mean, we can kill them now. I would feel better. I could do with the stress relief, but they won't know. Do we have any way of letting them know?
Do we, Ben? How? What is the camp? Because we know the camp that we came from. Like, what you maybe described this last week? Is it like, is it well hidden? Is it what's the entrance that we're like facing off?
It's a little like it's not. It's more its general remoteness in the Bagland that gave it, some level of coverage from being hidden from, because it's kind of slightly off the main path. It was an old castle ruin with a kind of upper and down level. The unfortunate thing is that Lambhog is quite arrogant. So as soon as you set up any camp, he just puts colorful bunting around. Classic, like, militaristic signs. He loves just like, usually you're so far away. You're so far away from any sort of law. It's not like the only circumstance in which you could ever be found is if, like, someone set fire to a barge, killed a bunch of Fenia, and then they tracked them directly to the camp. That would be the only I can think of that would lead anyone towards the camp. Okay. So as long as that didn't happen, then I think you're okay.
Ben, that happened. It came from your brain.
Is anyone else thinking that maybe if the Fianna just deal with all of them, we won't get into any trouble?
Are you turning on Lambhog?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
It was an elaborate joke.
Well, yeah. I'm watching you,
Yeah.
Kyle.
A lot of your pranks have been, murder attempts.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. While he's watching me, can I prank him by mirror imaging myself so that there's 2 of me now?
Absolutely, especially if it costs you a spell slot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I can't resist that. He said he's watching me, so now there's 2 of me, and I'm going to run in opposite directions around him. Watching this.
Oh! I hit into a tree. Oh! trying to bite the fake tail.
That was one of my highest level spells.
You hear up ahead, it's echoing through the forest, just commotion. Like, definitely in the direction of the campsite. Definitely some scuttling, some shouting, clashing of swords.
Okay, so we have horses, correct?
You do.
Yeah.
The villagers don't, though.
The villagers we've captured as hostages.
I know you said you literally could just kill us, but please don't leave us behind. This is all we have now. Leaving us here is basically the same as killing us.
Well,
I'm only 7 years old.
My God, I thought you were enormous. You were a muscular 7-year-old. Have you ever held a sword? What's
surprisingly eloquent.
What's your name?
You have the audacity to try to travel through these lands. I mean, you're asking for it. Come on.
I'm one of the junctions of Hoth Junction. I'm young Hoth Junction.
You're Hoth Junction?
Yes, our family tree splits off right there. There's the Hoth Junctions, leads us all the way out to Hoth, and then some of them, well, that's where the commuter lines are.
I never thought.
Sorry, is it hug or hope?
Hoth Junction, written on the side of this.
Oh, as in actually. Okay.
Yeah, and they called it Hop On as the name. Probably should have called it, Hoth Junction. Much better name.
Yeah,
much better name.
Definitely can't murder the character called Hope now. That feels a bit too grim.
No, his name's Hoth. There's a W.
It is Hoth. Okay, because I keep seeing the word hope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the name of the brewer.
How much weight can you carry on your little legs, and how fast are you, Hoth Junction?
Just try me, Mr. Kinnegar Scrags. Try me.
I'm going to get on your shoulders.
Oh, he has your name.
Right.
I feel like I'm watching Oliver Twist.
I feel like even though we're a show based in Ireland, there's just something so tempting about doing fantasy English accents.
Yeah.
He kneels down and tries to lift, and I don't know exactly. I mean, you're jacked.
I'm jacked.
Oh,
Establish that.
He pushes. You feel like he's lifting you up, but really it's just you standing up. I'm doing it, Mr. Kinnegar Scrags. I'm doing it.
Kill the boy. The boy must die.
Well, just before we do that,
Yes.
Host, have you ever held a sword? You know how to fight a man?
Oh, sure. And he takes out just like a Charlie Brown twig.
Oh, God.
I'm good at fighting. What's this? Does a 6 hit?
Oh, is he actually trying to hit me?
Yeah, why not?
No, it doesn't. And I'm going to clock him in the face.
Right. Roll to attack.
Yeah, it's this big
Tell you
old...
straight away, it's higher than a 10.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That is... Oh, no.
These crit fails.
5, unfortunately.
Too swift for you, Mr. Grud. Too swift. He tries a little flourish with his stick, but it just gets caught in a tree.
No. So sorry. How many
Thanks.
villagers do we have with us?
You've 7, I think I said. I think I made up at the top.
I want to try and
I'm
like
impressed with the kid now.
I want to try and arm them and like basically bolster our ranks, even if they're like fucking meat shields. Better idea. I want to try and strap Host Junction to my forearm with my resistance bands, like a person shield.
Yeah, no resistance. You now have a small 7-year-old boy strapped to your shield arm.
Okay, I've got a plan. I think I know how we can use these guys.
Great.
They're not all children, but that one is. Where are his parents? I don't know. This is a wild place. Sometimes kids... Yeah.
Really ominous.
Probably burning. Yeah, true. Probably burning.
I also want to give Host 2 hand axes, one in each hand, so that I can have a shield that attacks people.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. He now has 2 hand axes. He's not very strong. The hand axe is sort of dragged down by his sides, and you can tell because he's strapped in. You might have to strap them to it. Yeah, you probably just strap him to his hand.
I kind of want to make him look like he's threatening, and just it's to make people second guess rather than actually trying to hurt people, I think.
You have a child with 2 axes either side, hanging down loosely because he's too weak to hold it. Almost looks like if you not to give you some cool moves, but if you were to fire your resistance bands out, you would blade this kid towards an enemy.
Yes,
Ooh,
absolutely.
I was thinking you could hide in a bush with your arm out with the kid, and you stay hidden, and then they come over. What's that tiny child? And then you like reveal yourself.
Okay, these are all great ideas.
Plan for does that?
For the other.
Child
For the other
ambush.
6 commoners, one of them puts a plan. It's like, I'm actually all right at, fuck it, I'm doing Irish accent. Why am I doing this? I'm actually all right at kind of tracking through the forest. I could lead a few of these away if you're no use to us. Like, we could just head back towards where we were going. See if we could just flag down a barge.
Oh no, we're kind of all about the people shield idea now.
Useful
Kind of
feature.
locked into it.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
Yes,
You're a dirty
absolutely.
bitch boy,
Let's just
whether you
kill
like
the
it or
useful
not.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you know what? I don't hate that plan. Okay, we
You can
need to
keep
actually.
He's really annoying.
We can perform an inauguration if you want to officially join our gang.
Oh, I'm great at performances. Do you want to get married?
No, I feel like you may have misunderstood the situation.
Do you want to be baptized into the group? I can do that.
Marry him with the boy.
I'm gonna start, slowly advancing with my boy shield. Kiss him.
I could marry you to the boy Arlington, and then you both get a +2 AC bonus, I think.
Really?
It will take an hour.
Don't actually know much, but I think you need a really expensive, a lot of material components for that particular ceremony spell. Just
What are you, a dungeon
a
master?
simple villager. I don't know much, but pretty sure if you're doing a ceremony, you need powdered silver and an hour, and the consent of the people. Am I correct there?
I don't like this simple villager at all. And I'm
Just a
going
simple village education. That's all I have.
I'm going to shout, "What's behind you?"
Oh no.
And point.
do a
Grud immediately turns around and looks in that direction.
What? Do a performance, is it, or what?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh, crit failed.
Cool.
Wow, I got -1. Well, 0 actually. So
Did you break your finger?
I punched myself in the face.
Oh.
What was that? And then I punched myself in the face.
I'm like, after a bit of a pause, I'm going to turn to the rest of the villagers. I'm like, okay, let's save ourselves some time. We're on a ticking clock. Does anyone else have any surprisingly valuable skills that could help us in this endeavor? We can pay and maybe offer glory. Being in a gang is pretty cool. You get a leather jacket, and it's a cool name.
And you won't perish as well. That's good.
Yeah, also that we will kill you if you don't say it.
The choices are
Roy,
joy
do you have
and
like
death.
fancy rings or anything, or maybe an emblem, or what do I get? And this kind of pretty hefty looking human, brown hair, scruffy beard, looks like he might have been like has the build of a blacksmith, and the equipment of a blacksmith.
He is a
blacksmith.
Oh, yeah, was trying to get some work actually. I had this dream that maybe I'd go down to.
God, you do not have time for your backstory.
No.
What I'm saying is, I could swing an axe. I could swing a sword. I can make an axe and a sword. If you need a blacksmith in your camp, I could do that job. And if it pays well, better than a couple of copper pieces per weapon, then I'm interested.
Yes.
The rest of them, I think you can let them go.
Oh, I kind of like this tracker guy. He sounds pretty useful.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, man, I was saying I was going to track my way out of here.
Yeah, well, now
You can tell them where to go. Tell them where to go, and you're coming with us. You, the blacksmith, and the boy.
And so
the tiger.
Your fellowship has grown with my youthful naivety and my sort of D4 accent and my skills with tracking. You set off towards the camp.
Did we name the blacksmith or the tracking guy?
No, we haven't. Yes, yeah. Let's use the thing we do. I've
got Berliner.
Berliner. That's a lovely name.
That's good. Maybe that's better than you, Lou, because we were ending into. We were basically asking for a HR violation actually with that one.
Berliner. Berliner can be the blacksmith. Yeah, helps me remember through alliteration. I have a beer called Millhouse.
I feel like that'll be confusing for people who aren't familiar with the show premise.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
We'll say blue hair, glasses. Actually, before we let the villagers go, I want to
we've already left. Sorry.
Oh no! I wanted to be threatening, but I was too slow-witted.
I wanted to put my foot out and have one of them
turn around, and a giant, some sort of flying creature just swoops them up like a nature documentary. They're gone. They're dead to us now.
Oh.
As in like a hawk catching a rabbit, or like Gandalf escaping plot.
Like a rock catching a human, I guess is the. Yeah, so like a hawk catching a rabbit, and that Western eagle noise happens. Kee! Or I don't know.
I don't think key is the
key.
That was
no.
Did you know that we had birds that big?
I had no idea. I'd never seen one.
Didn't know they sounded like that.
Key.
Hey, that much.
Key.
That looks quite useful, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a name for the tracker. My name is what is it again? I'm just I know a lot about ceremony. The one thing that always slips my mind is my name.
I have Warrior Queen.
Oh, nice. Go with that.
I've got weights and measures.
Ooh, weights and measures. Yeah.
What about Waitson? Yeah.
Yeah.
Waitson.
Like Watson.
Watson's good.
My name's Waitson.
Yeah, weights and
Weights and measures.
Weights and measures.
Full name.
weights and measures. Sounds good.
Perfect. Yeah. I guess I could stick around in a gang, but going to tell you this much: the moment we go to sleep, I'm leaving.
Good luck.
They
watch us. They rarely ever let us. It's surprising that we got out.
You make your way.
When he says that, I want to lean up quite close and just take a big sniff of him. Be like, I'll be able to find you because you smell real particular.
Some would say smells like yeast. No, should have picked that one. Malted barley.
No.
Smells like malted barley.
Smells like you got an infection I could track to the end.
Oh yeah, do not forget them. He's a real scratchy guy. I don't know. The more I do this accent, the more I give him characteristics. I feel like I'm not going in the right direction. So we're going to pull that back. And he's just a lovable guy. So you head in the direction of the camp, and there is some commotion up ahead. Sort of gives you reason to slow your approach. And as you continue with caution and peek through, your camp is overrun with Beano warriors. Seems to be pretty up. Fuck. You recognize them instantly as elite scouts. They're known by their kind of half cloak. They've sort of this half green, dark forest green cloak, Triskel emblems. They're equipped with a mix of longbows, 2 swords strapped to their back or to their hip, crossbows at the side. These aren't your common Fina that DMs might have plucked out of their head last session. These are the proper ones that fit with the canon of the world that now have stats. But the good news is, as you look around, the camp seems to be abandoned. You did notice, and especially with the help of Waitson, there was movement of escape. The only 2 gang members who remain are 2 Tabaxi. They've captured them and they've started interrogating them. You've overheard from this conversation, didn't catch the dirty bitch boys, gangs out of here. These guys have stayed behind to buy the others some time. So there's some hope. But it does seem like they're entirely surrounded. Hooker and Phantom, the cook and the mender of your gang, are sort of down on their knees, bloody. You can see the blood in their fur just sort of mottled up. They've taken a beating. And as you see one of the more leader Phineas saddle up, you hear him shout out, "Pan out, find them, but do not approach alone. You saw what they've done to our brothers." And with that, there's a deafening flurry of crossbow bolts. Like 10 apiece fire into both Tabaxi, and they slump down lifeless. The Fina warriors saddle up and ride off.
I'm starting to feel like this is no joke.
If only this could have been prevented.
Police brutality, man. Can't help it.
The question I had was, kill 2 random NPCs you haven't met, or pick 2 people you had conversations with? Oh, what's more delightfully devilish?
Although, wasn't one of the Tabaxi's Lamb Chop's best friend, or is he still alive?
Kenku,
it was Dustin.
The Kenku might be, would still be out there somewhere. He's a wily man.
Right, all right.
But they did get on, they did get on well with Lambhog, so.
Sure.
Have the Fina all bolted from the camp looking for everyone else?
They've gotten out of here. You're kind of just left with a sort of ruined camp.
Or?
No, they all rode back, kind of not past you. Actually, with your tracker and with Kinnegar Scrags taking a different approach to the camp, they came back in what the main road would be, or they came back out the main road, and you guys came from the side, just sort of looking down on it. The camp is like, it's been fucked up. You can see like smoldering bunting, which you worked hard on.
Wait, is the bunting wrecked?
It's like, I'll tell you this much: you're not going to be hanging it anytime soon.
Have they gone through my stuff?
You hate to see it.
Did you have any stuff?
I had a little bag.
They took my weed. Gordon's, go check out those 2 Tabaxi, see if there's any clues or if there's any breath in them. I'm gonna check out Lambhog's setup, see if he left anything behind.
Okay.
Run up to Lambhog's tent or whatever.
His quarters. Yeah, both make investigation checks. Any of the equipment, any of the stuff you had here, they don't seem to have touched.
Okay, I'm gonna go the 2 Tabaxis and kind of just give them a little kick, and without knowing if they're alive or not, I'm just gonna say, please give me a performance report of what just occurred. Go on. Do I get it?
I like the please.
Roll over.
Sorry? Oh,
You
rolling
roll them over. No, you don't need to roll anything. I'm just saying you roll their body over. They don't respond. It's rude.
I just kick them away. and I mark that I will tell Lambhog that they are underperforming.
That's extremely good. I will remember
do
this.
an investigation check. Just do an investigation check, and that might give you some information about the general area. Grud, you're doing one at the moment as well, right?
Yep. 17 for Grud.
Cool. 13.
You make your way into Lamhog's quarters. He was always ready to bolt, it seems like. Like he has a bug bag, never really unpacked anything. So everything's gone instantly. The carts and the kind of where you would hitch your horses, all dismantled. It was a quick escape. You know him. He would drill this in too often. Often he would like ring a bell in the middle of the night, get everyone to pack up their stuff and get out of the camp as soon as they can, only for you guys to find out that it was a drill. And it's just to be ready to leave at any moment, because in these parts, you can easily be overwhelmed. And even just simple numbers of your gang of 30 versus their gang of 30, that's the amount of losses he doesn't want to sustain. Because it's only through strength in numbers that you can pull off your raids and kind of pillage towns and take what you want. So everything seems to be gone. Even with a high roll, there's no major clues to where they might have set off to. And you weren't close enough to him, unfortunately, to know if he had a kind of backup plan.
Had we
The
done
most you can... Sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering if since we'd been here, had we done a drill before? And if so, do we know where we were brought to?
Yeah, would we know if there's like an assembly point or anything like that?
Oh shit! I think I was one of the fire marshals.
Oh well. I was waiting for a fire marshal joke. I just couldn't get it to fit in.
The one time, and I wasn't here.
Yeah, it's a you would know, but because this was an actual attack, where you meet up to come back to, you wouldn't have followed that procedure. You've also fled the scene, and often it's a random direction. The assumption is that he might have made a call to give up the mining outpost raid, that the area is too hot and it's time to kind of move on, especially this close to winter, because everything's going to set in to kind of get a safe place to bed down.
Okay.
You're 13, Cordial. It's tough. Like, there's a lot of scrapping. There's a lot of... What you do know is that the Tabaxi were able to provide... As you go down into both Batman and Aragorn and every trope form of this investigation scan of the room, you pick up a leaf, you wave it through the air, you put your hand in a paw print in the floor. You lick your finger and rub it along the walls. You know that they lured the Fianna into the main section of these ruins where they could sort of fake a siege or like a holdout, and then as it was revealed, there was only 2 of them ever there, and that the gang would have slipped around the back and out. To where, though, hard to tell. Although as you're walking around and collecting your stuff, Scraggy, you actually know these parts better. Like, you haven't been part of the gang before. You weren't brought through these raids, but you do know this direct kind of geographical area. There's an old flame of yours, lives not too far from where you are, sort of a witch of the woods. She has true sight. She is, if you follow, that's handy, follow the Silk Road, you will find her. You will find illegal drugs. No, if you follow the Silk Road, you will find her little hut. And if anyone knows, yeah, exactly. If anyone knows the movements in this part, it will be her.
Well, gentlemen, I know an absolute salt who might know. She is an absolute goer who might know where they've gone. Funnily enough.
Well, that second part sounds relevant. Interesting.
It's the only reason I'm going.
Just thinking about some of the shit we got off to. Ooh! She is mad.
So it's integral to the strategy, it sounds like.
Yeah, sorry, I'm reminiscing. If we just follow the Silk Road, she has a sight. She should be able to see where they've gone.
Excellent.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
You
if you want to put reflex bands on all the crew, and we can put them on us, and we can head that way.
I mean, I've got enough. I mean, you can never have too many resistance bands.
Resistance bands.
How's the boy holding up? Is he saying anything?
I give him a jiggle and tap on the head.
Pippity squid, sir.
He's doing pippity squid.
Oh, great.
I think there's an ointment for that.
Is that what I'm going through? Every once in a while, what kind of bricks? He's 7, but Hibernia or early puberty.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be good. He's going to be,
Yeah,
hanging
I'm
around
getting
with you.
my shield use out of him before he has a growth spurt.
Yeah.
I mean, when you lose 4 hours a day, do you gain that much time in years?
In
He's
puberty.
7, but in our time,
Yeah, he's basically 42.
I've got Danny DeVito on my arm.
Well, that's better. It's better, actually.
Can I get a marching order just for you guys, just as we're going through, so I know where you are as we head down the Silk Road? There's sort of this nice overbrush of trees. It's off the beaten path a little bit. You're kind of going deeper into the woods and the forest, away from the mountains, away from the riversides.
I will go first, and I'm going. I'm not running, but I think we should take it carefully. I'm trying not to stand on twigs and shit like that, which is easy in a forest.
I think because of my my knowledge of the area, I'm gonna walk behind him, and I want to be burning the ear off Waitson about how much of a salt my ex was and still is. And Waitson doesn't want to hear any more of it. He really wants to leave. I'm just burning the ear off him about how hot she is.
Oh yeah, real interesting, man. Yeah, it sounds.
Oh, mate, you don't know. You weren't there, but honestly.
She sounds like a lovely lady, if you ask me.
No, you don't get it, mate.
We'll put in Berliner after that, just to keep the villagers all together, and then Pale Ale and Cordial coming up behind.
Yep, I was always going to be at the back in case anyone needs.
Yeah, just in case you need to get down on all fours and push someone over.
Exactly.
Do you have Mage Hand?
No.
Ah, that's a shame. That would have been good.
I have Spiritual Weapon. It's very similar.
It's not at all, but sure. Spiritual Weapon, that's nothing like Mage Hand, which I just happen to know as the de facto member of this group who knows every fucking spell in what I call the Player's Handbook.
Yeah, does this guy have the Dungeon Master's Guide in his back pocket or something, like his recreational reading?
I am making a note to kill him
to explore in Hibernia with all the spells and information you need. Written by me, Waitson. I've even managed to make myself into this tiny little book called Bigby's Big Book of Books. Now that I'm in here, don't really need it. And he tosses it into the air.
I want to take it, but I think that Arlington came across it in an episode. So I think Grud ignores it because Grud can't read.
Fair. Make your way deeper and deeper into the forest to a place where it becomes... Why did I write this note? You guys on horse. I said my notes go place where it becomes tough to go any further on horseback, which is good because you're no longer on horseback.
I mean, it'd be good. We just make note of it. It's like good thing we didn't bring the horses. We would have been narratively forced to stop using them.
Someone might say, just to set the mood, a little line put in there. But the trees are packed together. There's long grass, deep purple, crimson flowers growing around you. It's this type of scene that real artsy people would put on Pinterest. That's the best way I can describe that. Crimson violet flowers. It's just it's lovely. It would make an amazing desktop background if you were to have such a thing in Hibernia.
Can I stop and pick a good water shooting flower? Sturdy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Make a quick survival check.
Right. One of my classic cleric stats. 9.
9. Right. Pale Ale, as you reach out for this flower, you feel your foot pushed down upon a soft, sort of bouncy patch of grass. And looking down, you see that your boot is covered in this sort of bright pink vapor. And then all around you, these small little mushrooms just begin to react as it kind of just puff up. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I immediately gasp in shock and take a big breath.
I'm good.
Oh man, I'm good at
And you
dex.
see colors.
Okay.
Should have warned you
I'm good
about
at
that.
dex.
Sorry, guys.
Is that your ex? Does she do that?
Oh, she's mental, mate.
She told me the ways.
What was your result, Pale Ale?
It's very unfortunate because I have a +4 on dex, so I'd be pretty good at it. I rolled a 7, so
7.
11.
You take 11. You still take 4 poison damage, and you have the poisoned condition. I think that gives you disadvantage on pretty much everything. That's what we're just for the sake of brevity. It's just your disadvantage on. You're poisoned by this pink small little mushroom as it just sort of fills. You just instantly feel I don't know, you have a bit of a temperature, tickly cough, muscles ache. Just avoid people for the next 14 days, basically, is what they're doing.
And it's usually me that's such a fun guy.
Listen, there's not much room for more jokes like that in this episode.
Oh. You make your way a little further. Oh, boy.
You're scraping the barrel here.
Yeah.
That was shit tacky.
You saved it. My shit joke has been made relevant.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You get a little closer, Kinnegar Scrags, to your old flames little place, and you get a little there. You actually hear a small rustling to your side, sort of just average kind of rustle through the bushes. Nothing major to worry about, don't think. You can continue on past it.
I heard a rustling there. There's a heads up, guys. I heard a rustling. Just heads up. Not a big deal.
And you make your way through. You see, and then as you make a little bit further, it's like, sorry, actually help if you could. Do I hear people?
Sorry, is that something we can hear from the bushes, or where is that coming from?
Yeah, you're hearing that just come from the bushes. Just sorry, help. Help.
Is there a more annoying sound than that?
I don't know. Is there? I make a lot of annoying sounds.
I'm gonna approach with my boy shield in front of me. Just like slowly try and like, yeah, exactly.
Push his face into the bush.
Yeah.
It's a little hare, Mr. Grudd. Just a small little hare trapped in some sort of insect trap.
Oh, sorry. I thought the call was coming from the bushes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So this noise is coming from the hare?
I mean, that's as far as
okay. So that's what it looks like.
can tell. Yeah.
If it's a glue trap, there's nothing we can do for it. Stamp its head in.
Oh, please don't. If you could just cut me out.
Oh.
How are you talking?
And he this hair leans around to the rest of you guys. Is he thick?
This confuses me, a were-tiger, as to how you, a hare, are talking.
And as he tries to go through, you see it it transforms from a hare into a small dog, into a goat, and it just can't seem to break free from its binds.
Oh.
All right, that explains. Well, why should we help you? We don't even know who you are.
Well, I would hope just out of the sheer kindness of your hearts.
No, it's not going to fly. What can you offer? We're looking for a lady here. What's your wish? What's your ex's name?
Barbed wire.
As in Barbara Wire.
Barbara Wire, yeah. Don't call her babe though.
We're looking for barbed wire. She's a witch in these parts. You able to help us out with that? We can help you out of this trap.
I don't actually know these parts that well. I was on my way. Where was I going? I was making my way towards the village nearby here. Actually, is it even nearby here? I don't know. I'm afraid I can't answer your question, but I feel like if I don't give you an answer, you won't help.
You are correct. You are astute.
All right, look, I'll bite. I'm gonna bite him out of the thing, but not hurt him. But bite whatever needs to be bit.
It must be the property of barbed wire. If this is her trap, we should just bring her what she's caught, I suppose.
Very good point.
I'm not anyone's property. That's the thing. I'm just
shut it up and shut.
You prick! You fucking prick! Yeah, you make it's easy enough with the equipment you have to just sort of slice through this insect sort of trap. Okay. Thank you very much. Must appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I was going to give you something to.
Now be on your way.
Are you sure? Because it kind of sounded like you're.
Oh, be on your way.
And it just.
No, please.
You're a boon.
No, please tell us what you have to say.
Gallops away and shouts over his shoulder. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Some luck, perhaps. The blessing of Avandra upon you, find hero. And you get a blessing. You get a free reroll throughout this day as you cross paths with this little hare, and he gallops away.
Can I use it retrospectively?
What was it? Blessing of what?
The blessing of Avandra upon you, find heroes, but not you pricks. Only Kinnegar Scrag gets it.
Ah, fair enough. I was going to say I did pretty well.
The curse of Evander upon you, fucking assholes. Disadvantage on any roll you want this game.
You had to take a punch.
Joke's on you. I already have that with my poison.
Are we going to regret that in like Saving Private Ryan, and he's going to like slowly stab one of us?
Oh yeah.
Like,
I'll never get over that betrayal.
No regrets. Just let's go kill him. Let's forget.
I mean,
where
that
we
was
were
my
going.
plan, but
He cursed us.
why do people keep thinking we're heroes? They know we're a gang, right? We are the bad guys. Just to.
We're such a colorful gang. Problem.
And you keep striking poses just anytime. We are the dirty bitch boys.
we're jacked.
Just because we're bad doesn't mean we can't look good. I guess we continue through the forest to barbed wires.
You go deeper into the darker depths of the forest, and you make your way towards Kinnegar Scrags. You recognize this house. You've been here before.
Ooh, I've been
Many a booty sending spell has been sent towards you. So
yeah.
24 words or less, which is just question mark. We all know the code. You make your way towards a humble-looking home. It's a small thatched cottage. Has interesting sort of ruby ivy webbing up the exterior stonework. And inside the window, see that classic green flicker of a flame, a plume of mossy smoke escaping the chimney. If not for being directly led here for like grud, pale ale, and cordial, you can see how this building would blend and disguise itself into the surroundings. It just kind of gives off this sort of forest mossy hue. And from on top of the roof of the house, over the top, you see sort of the head of a drow woman appear. Ivory white hair falls loosely down over a sort of fine emerald green silken top. And as she approaches over the top of the building, you see more of her form. Kinnegar Scrags, you know this body inside out. From her waist up, you see this striking drow woman. And as she makes her way over and you see sort of these appendages, you see her lower half sort of bulbs out in the smooth jet black body of a spider. And as the strider gracefully moves closer to you, Kinnegar, and up close you see those large ink black eyes, spider-like eyes. There's sort of 4 pairs in total down her face. She comes over to you, looks you dead in the eye, and slaps you across the face and says, "You have some nerve showing your face here again after what you put me through."
Baby, I'm so sorry for what I did that time.
You know what you did. You know what you did. I came in here to my home, caught you, were-tiger, ass in the air, cranking it to one of your girly illusions, and using my sweeping brush as a scratching post.
Listen, I know you've got 8 sexy legs, but it's just not enough for me. Nothing's enough. I don't know what the equivalent is, but I'm a sex addict in this world. I'm not in all worlds.
Kenny, I don't know how you didn't expect me to find out. I literally see into the future.
That's true.
I'm so sorry to interrupt this very delicate situation. Did you say you can see into the future?
I somewhat weave the webs of fate around me and see which one strikes through. I have a vision, the gift you might call it, a seeing. Not all the time, but occasionally flashes. One such as I can sort of feel the world ripple around me, pull on the arcane fabrics of Hibernia just to get a glimpse, just a fragment of what might come. And I can tell you I was very shocked that one day when the fragment was him cranking it to one of his girly illusions.
Of all the things you could have... of all of the worlds and truths you could have seen, I can't believe it.
I get the feeling you do that in every possibility of the reality ahead of me. Any chance you get, Kenny?
I do it too much. I thought you'd be into it.
It was for
everything
you.
Everything he has said on the way here has led us to believe that you would be into it.
No, listen, don't. No, I'm just.
Roll a. I mean, I guess if it's true, then yeah, roll a persuasion check. She's going to roll a little insight. No, she doesn't know.
Luckily for you, Kinnegar Scrags, I am very not persuasive. That's a total of 5.
You know, I wouldn't put it past him. But after the bollocking I gave him, I think he's learned his lesson.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's
all he ever does, learn lessons. You should
Listen,
see him
Bob.
back in the gang. Everyone's always like, "I'm going to teach you a lesson," and then he learns it. He learns it immediately.
I've learned my lesson. I've joined a family, I would like to call it, of the Dirty Bitch Boys. I want you to meet them all, but I want you to especially meet Hoth Junction, this boy.
Say hello, Hoth.
Isn't he funny? Now listen, we need your help.
Correct adjective.
You just, like, disarm her by look at my funny jingly toy.
We need to find.
She's impressed with the boy, but not impressed with the webbing you've got around your hands to wrap him up. Just poor knotmanship. And you can tell it all on her face. It's all on her face. You can tell. She doesn't have to say a word. You can just tell. All 8 of her eyes roll at once.
I didn't come here for webbing elitism. I came here for... Well, actually, I didn't know you'd be a spider lady. I wasn't prepared for any web-oriented wordplay. I apologize. You were berating my associate here?
I don't know how I can make it... I literally named the road to my house the Silk Road. I mean, I could have... What, you want me to call it Spider Lane?
What?
Actually, that's very
Big
helpful.
Spider Witch Lane.
Would have been very helpful, yeah.
Even
Yeah.
better.
It's a little on the nose.
Well, maybe I will call it Spider.
I mean, I'm a bugbear, but I'm neither insect nor hibernating bear.
I could have said bring some spider puns. I'll let you down, mate. I'll let you down. Big time.
I mean, if anything, I'm surprised you didn't bring up her sheer volume of legs. It seems like something you would have briefed us on. It doesn't matter.
You did keep saying how much of he was a leg man and how perfect she was. I
figure I could have joined the dots in retrospect, but
I kept saying she's got loads of them. That's what I like.
You said she was the leggiest woman.
Yeah.
She keeps eating flies. I don't know what that meant.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure.
She's horrifying.
She's the stuff of nightmares.
She's an average nightmare, and I miss her.
We all talk about our exes like that. You probably just assumed. And as she leads you into her little thatch cottage house and sort of sets up, she kind of pulls herself in. It's just a 1-floor open plan living and kitchen area. You see bubbling pots.
Me, the player, very uncomfortable being lured into the lair of a spider woman.
Lair sounds so industrial. Please, it's my humble feeding pit. And you see a bubbling
cottage.
It's both my pantry and my sleeping place. You see a bubbling pot over the fireplace, green flames looking underneath, yada, yada, yada. I set the picture of the house up. Ingredients, utensils, different concoctions lining the wall. Up above, you see her bedding area, intricately woven, quite a cozy looking nest. And she squeezes all by you, just kind of moving along the walls and sets herself up at the back of the house, sort of arms and legs keeping busy as she stirs some pots and makes some snacks. And as she kind of offers you the classic Hibernian hospitality, the rule of like both bread and drink must you take for you to be safe in this home. She goes, if I can get you anything, I'll just make a couple of sandwiches here. Afraid I don't have a good room to escort you in. It's just the one room, but hey, it's something. And then maybe you could tell me why you're here to ask for my assistance. I presume it's for my gifts, not my gifts of cooking. I burn everything, but my gifts in seeing. Oh, Kenny.
I laugh.
And I think that's where we might take our part 1 break there inside the house of this spider lady. Not spider lady, Drider. Let's use the correct terms of the game we're using, but not the correct stats or folklore. 'Cause fuck them being weak. They're cool. They're the coolest things in there.
Yeah, Chat seems to be immediately comparing her to Quelaag from Dark Souls, which is completely what I was picturing.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
She is attractive.
Fair. I have in my head, it's about the hotness of all the game designers that try to somewhat be nice to women, but again, never are. And then just the stock, classic stock look. What a hottie. So,
yeah,
we'll leave it there. We will come back in about 15 minutes. We're just going to go take a quick break. We'll be back in 15 minutes. If you don't already follow us on social media, we're at Homebrew Quest. If you don't follow Tony, he's at Tony Horror. Go follow everyone there. And if I check my phone when we come back from the break and we haven't a single follow, boy, will I do nothing about it.
We're on YouTube. Request, follow, click the bell, like all the videos, watch all the playlists, click fucking everything.
This is why having a hype man's good. We'll be back in 15. See you then as we pick up right here inside Silk Road's most famous resident, Barb Wire. Hello! Welcome back to part 2 of Homebrew Isolation. Dirty Barge Boys 2, Barge Harder. So far, no barges. They sunk that one in the last bars. Thank you so much. If you did go follow us on social media and subscribe and stuff, and if you followed at Tony Horror as well, just kind of a little bit of love for the free entertainment you're getting. If you really, really like the show and you think people might be into it, tell a friend. And then you have the joy of talking about it with friends. That's nice, isn't it? Especially in this time when we're just sort of voice noting each other, jumping on Zoom calls. Next multi-conference you go, just go, hey, so this normal people, Homebrew, that's what you need to be watching. They're the shows. Tiger King, no, Homebrew Isolation. Tiger King uses the same music as they do, as we learned a couple episodes
back. I forgot about that.
They also use Sirenscape, the fantasy soundboard, which we're not using at the moment, but once we're back to relative normality and in the same room as everyone else, we'll be back to Sirenscape. Check them out. They're a good little fantasy soundboard for your online games and offline games. Speaking of going back to Keelan's house, Keelan, you can see his house, the board games, the classic backdrop there. Don't know if I mentioned at the top of the episode, but even if I did, just to repeat, we're going to go back to the main campaign. We're going to go back to Hooks Punks next stream. So we're just going to pick up where we left off. Initially, when we started this out and doing sort of remote streaming, we're like, what's this going to last? Couple of weeks. We stream every 2 weeks. That's what, this will be fine. But we realized that the end is a little bit further away in sight. Still coming, but a little bit further away. So we're going to go back to the main campaign. We've heard pleas of people watching just being like, hey, we signed up for those Chuckle Fucks, Hooks Punks. We didn't sign up for backstories for one solo member.
Gang name.
Stop bragging on our gang name, all right? It's our gang name now. Everyone loves Hooks Punks. We're all on board. You've got a cape that says Hooks Punks.
So we'll jump back into that, but we'll keep kind of in this format. Hopefully you'll be fine. And if you're watching in 10 years from now, watching back on this show, if you're my son and I'm sitting you down and forcing you to watch what Danny did back in his youth, then just ignore the isolation episode format structure. You'll get used to it. It's like the writer's strike. But
Dad, I want to go to football training. You'll stay in and watch Daddy's archived TV show.
Oh, God.
Watch me get drunk, be a spider lady, and flirt with my friends.
The boy shield.
Speaking of, let's get back to flirting with my friends. We're back into classic. It's escapism at the highest level. Every episode I call you sexy. I'm not going to let them back. So
vibe off each other, man.
Back in this tiny little thatched cottage in the middle of a deep, dark green forest with sort of these plumes of mossy green smoke emanating out the top, a little flicker of green flame. And inside this home, we see Barb Wire, who is a drider, half drow from the waist up, half spider from the butt out. That's
nice.
Right?
Is it human with like human legs and then just the ass explodes out into spider?
Just the cheeks. The cheeks are a spider.
Yeah.
Just dangling human legs because
looks like she's sat on a spider.
No, like a centaur, but instead of half horse, half spider.
Like a minotaur.
Yes, exactly. Great callback to anyone who gets that.
Yeah.
And the spider legs are the size of an actual spider's legs. This is
yeah. You can never sit down.
She just has.
Yeah.
You know when you're
the sexiest of the spider legs.
You know when you're a kid and you go with something and you realize that it's not the right thing to go with, but you're stuck now. So it's like she sat in a spider once. It's like, no, I'm a drider. I'm a drider.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a spider in my butt. Anyway, she doesn't have a spider in her butt, on her butt, anywhere near her butt. She is just half spider from the waist and butt out and down. Like the fucking Cinderella sisters. She has one of those fucking classic Southern American bottoms.
The classic Southern American spider bottom.
yeah, as we all know. Anyway, that's my Thursday show, Spider Bottoms with Ben Clifford. This is my Tuesday show, Homebrew Quest with friends. And inside the house, she's kind of mixing some pots and pans. She's at the back, kind of near kitchen area. You guys are closer to the door. There's not really anywhere comfortable to sit. She tends to just kind of plonk herself down. A couple of mounds. Spider-shaped furniture, obviously. Yeah, everything is in this. She has a theme. Actually, her theme's cats. She loves fucking cats. Actually, she does love fucking cats. She loves fucking Kinnegar Scrags. But I got derailed. If this is your first time watching, part 2 gets like this. The booze sits in, and we get right. We arrived at Kinnegar Scrags' ex's house, and she's wearing like Tiger King style, like just a big cat on her t-shirt. Like, she's just obsessed with him. Yeah. One of her spider legs is just playing with the sort of like lock of fur. Kinnegar, you recognize it, and she hides it straight away. She doesn't still keep that. She's not keeping that.
My chest fur.
And she turns around and goes, Before I get into helping you, just tell me, please, why should I help?
What do you want? I'm sure we could trade. You're a witch. Would you like a?
I'm trying to cover Hote's ears.
You want this kid? You want to use him for like a spell or something?
What are you saying, Daddy? I mean, Mr. Grud?
We are already getting far too close.
I'm going to be with you forever and ever.
He's a literal human shield. He means nothing to me.
I've no use for a boy.
Well, one day he'll be a man. You just gotta wait.
Just feed him and, just keep him alive and he'll be a man.
And he's self-sufficient. It's like saying you don't want a tree, so you want a tree, so you won't buy these seeds. It'll eventually be a tree.
Make a persuasion check. It's a solid argument.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah, come on.
Kinnegar Scrags is helping you. So
okay. I should warn you, I've got a -1 modifier to this, so it's still a 5.
Like I said, I have no use for a boy or a man. She gets a little bit, I'm actually seeing someone. So you remember Millhouse?
Millhouse?
and Millhouse is exactly, just mustache, reads a newspaper, sandals and socks.
You're thinking of Ned Flanders, 2 different characters.
No, this is Millhouse of Hibernia.
Oh, sorry,
Millhouse Van Houten of Springfield, Hibernia. I'm actually, ever since you left, Kinney, actually, I shouldn't call you that, Kinnegar Scrags.
Don't be so familiar with me if you tell me you're going out with Millhouse.
Well, he came over and comforted me. A lot of fat tears rolling down my spider body human face. And
let me ask you, Bob, does he purr like I used to?
He's not that kind of were-tiger. He's a human man. He's a human man.
Oh, you're making me sick.
Only fur I need now is the fur above his upper lip. That's the only thing I feel in this cold heart you've left me with, Kinnegar Scrags. And Millhouse makes me happy. I might not love him the way I did, but he's good to me.
Well, look, if our thing we had going ever meant anything to you, do me this one favor for me, the Dirty Bitch Boys. Do this one thing for my new lovers.
She glances around the harem of men. All men, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd take that title.
I knew I was never man enough for you, Kinnegar Scrags. You need a male touch, and I'm just 2 spider and 2 woman.
I was never over to Gordon's and Palo. Does she think we're all? I mean, you're not. Are we?
Is that not what you guys were doing?
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
I mean, me too. It's just I want to make sure we. So should we?
We're all in love with Kinnegar Scrags. You're not in love with Kinnegar
I
Scrags?
mean, yes, that wasn't up for debate. We are all clearly in love. You know what? This is a
He is
tender
thinking
moment
of
for
his
them.
wife. Husband. Did I say that loud?
I'll tell you what, Kinnegar. Just this once. But my skills have a cost. You know this. I'm not asking. I'm sorry. Cost with a CT at the end there. You might have choked my words a little bit, adding an unnecessary CK at the end of the CO I just said, but cost is what I meant to say.
I know. I understand.
I just get flustered around you, Kinnegar Scrags, and well, look, fetch me what I need, and trade with me what I desire. And yes, this could be the final nail in the coffin that was the brightest but fast burning relationship of my life. And first, the cost. I need something pure from all of you.
A boy on a shield.
Very pure. Yes.
Maybe. I don't need anything material. Just a trinket, but perhaps this boy can help. And she leans into this. She kind of walks her way over to the boy and goes, "Boy, I want an aspect of your very being. Something you could give to me that no one else can have. Anything
Give her your aspect, boy. Give her your aspect."
I'm going to start pulling down his trousers.
Yes, his puberty.
You heard the slutty spatter.
Give me his puberty. I take it and he'll never have it.
Oh, but then he'll be a halfling.
That's not how this game works. I don't know how this game works, but that's not.
Stop trying to
what-
change
that's what
halfling lore. They're just boys that never got to be men.
Yeah.
Yes, his manhood. I will take it from him.
Wait, he actually make his dick? Or?
Jesus, this has gotten dark.
Bugbear, you don't know how magic works, so I won't explain it.
It's becoming
Easier that way.
increasingly apparent, yes.
And she reaches over and pulls out a vial and kind of pops open the cork.
Great
And you
job.
just see...
Great
thanks. Yeah, I can't do accents, but Foley work. That's what my talent is.
More creaking doors.
You see him. You see her hold it under the boy's sort of mouth and just goes, "Now, boy, I need you to sing for me. Sing away your puberty. Sing it all."
Puberty there for the lady.
Yes,
I'm gonna lean into the boy's
His
ear.
voice cracks. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? For the spell, I mean.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. The more crack, the better.
Okay.
I'm going to whisper into the boy's ear, "Won't you take me too?" And then hope he finishes the line.
Funky town. Just leaks it in. Yes, this will do for a cost. This will do. This will come in handy very much so when I need it next.
Two other meat
I feel
shields.
good about this deal.
Hey, look. I was just going to ask for secrets. Puberty's way fucking better. Like, give me a secret. And now, as you know, the web of truth, it spins rarely straight. To clear the path, I need to get the right ingredients to reveal your fate. The answers you seek I can find, but I need fresh water from the well of clarity. It's a dangerous road. It's well guarded by a beast.
Well guarded.
It's a well guarded. It's a well guarded.
It's well guarded. Perfect. That's
guarded.
Well guarded by a deadly beast. If you can fetch a pot of water and bring it to me, I can cast the particular spell you need to find your... Hold on a second. What am I doing? What do you
I was
need?
also wondering what we were asking
Yeah.
her.
What you ask of me before I... Define the answers you seek. Let's just keep it vague. Define the answers you seek.
Typical Bob White, giving it up front, giving it away so easy up front.
Calm down there. I think she's helping us.
Oh, sorry.
He's still tender about Millhouse.
Don't mention Millhouse.
You can hear Millhouse out the back. He's just mowing the lawn.
She got him like completely whipped.
Hey, he's mowing the lawn, doing household chores. It's just take that fucking outdated misogyny off this show. mowing the
I'm more
lawn.
thinking that if I was cutting the grass and my missus was chatting away to my ex and his 3 boyfriends inside.
Oh, that part. Yeah, that part. Yeah. He's a cook. He's
a cook, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what he's into. That's his treat.
Yeah. Treat me like shit, spider lady. Wait, so how much water do we need from the Well of Clarity?
A pot of water.
Pot. I didn't hear the word pot.
Yeah, a pot of water from the Kinnegar, you know, these are parts of the woods Oh.
And the rest of the dirty BBs.
Well, that I can... Yes, the Well of Clarity, the water from the Well of Clarity can help me give you the answers you seek. Now, Kinnegar, you know I forbade you going to these parts for how dangerous they were in the past. Often you would try fetch this clarity water just to find out trivial matters. Use my powers for what a woman wants and what a woman needs.
Whatever makes you happy sets you free.
Not that. It takes me back. And as a single tear comes back and she brushes away with one of her spider arms and or legs. I don't know how spiders work. She goes, yes, the well is not far from my home. Travel westward to the base of the mountains. Follow the vibrant violet flowers until you cross the golden stream. And there, take caution. For the beast who guards the well prowls these parts. Up the stream, within a small abandoned... Actually, sorry, any chance I could just stay here? I was kind of doing some mix. Yeah, it's just I feel like I haven't piped up in a while. I might be more use. Maybe hang out with Millhouse.
You're a meat shield. We bring the meat shield.
No. This is our tracker. We might need you to help us find this.
Paying attention.
She just said vibrant flowers, golden stream, beast that you don't want to be killed by. It's the beast that I don't want to be killed by that I'm.
Yes, we have our map. Then we've loaded him up with the info.
We've done fighting before. You're in good hands. If anyone's going to die, it'll be you first.
That's the bit I'm actually... Funny enough, it's that exact
Can I try and push his lips together? Like, and I'm not looking at him as I do it, and just... Yeah. I'm just holding them there. And so, shall we go to this clarity well? Yeah?
Settled then.
Let's go.
Sounds good. We can leave him here. You can play with Millhouse, and we'll come back for you.
Nah, let's take him.
Yeah, let's take our meat shields. Sure.
Yeah, it's just I kind of object to the term meat shield. I'm fine with the boy. He's already lost enough today.
Ain't you ever had a nickname in a gang before? Don't you want a nickname?
Yeah, my nickname was the Dream Catcher because I catch
If you were
dreams.
about to be shaken a gang of miscreants, would you be more afraid of the Dream Catcher or Meat Shield? Which instills fear in your heart?
Dreamcatcher's just creepy, man. You don't
if you don't think he'll be useful, we could leave him behind. I just thought, we could throw him into the
If I don't think he's useful, I say we kill him.
Yeah, the moment he's useless.
He's seen our faces.
Yeah, he'll identify us.
He's been confronted with this situation before as well. But we've threatened to kill him if he leaves. Yes.
Again, this argument seems to just win me over every time. I think I'm growing a little bit more to you folks. I guess I'll just shut my stupid fucking mouth and follow along behind you. And maybe when it comes to this big beast, you'll forget I ever existed.
That's why I like you, Meat Shield. You're a
right out
reasonable guy.
And so you set off similar marching order. I think it's fair to say. And Barbed Wire waves goodbye with all her hands. She's just like a friendly relative. She waves as much as she can wave. Yeah, all of her hands.
Can we see Millhouse cutting the grass, or is he out the back?
No, you can peek around. Yeah.
I just want to get a look at him. I'm curious as to what she's traded up or down for.
You see a 5'9" human man. He's got a little sort of like white tunic on top, sleeves rolled up, pants sort of 3/4 length. He's wearing these kind of odd shoes. They're almost like the shoes of a monk. They're like sandals or something, but he's managed to kind of shove some fabric on his feet. I don't think you've ever seen socks.
No, not familiar with socks, no.
Yeah, so he's put these socks into these monk sandals, and he's cutting the grass with one of those large scythes, just whistling a merry tune to himself.
By way of pure mass, how does he stack up to Kinnegar Scrags?
Oh, he's not jacked, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, he is. He's a little bit further along in life. One time or another, he might have had a little bit of shoulder width on him, but now he just sort of, barbed wire treats him well. He eats well. You can tell he's a homely guy. It would be like if you took one of the hobbits that didn't leave and just stretched them out but kept the belly.
Okay.
That's Milkus.
As we're walking along, I'm gonna
howdy, neighbor.
I immediately leave. I don't want to make friends with this guy.
Good day.
I'm gonna nudge Kinnegar and be like,
"Here, new guy's weak. I'm pretty sure she's fattening him up to eat him. You could take him.
Thanks, mate.
You want to kill him now, or you want to? Should we do the?
Just kill him.
She might freak out if we come back with the war.
She might freak out. You're right. We'll come back, but later.
Yeah,
later we can kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you make your way through back the path you took, and then westward towards the base of these mountains.
to the vibrant flowers.
And those sort of crimson and violet flowers you noticed earlier, they do get more kind of bountiful and plentiful as you work your way through the sort of tall grasses. At times you kind of have to duck under some branches, work your way around. You definitely smack Hoth Junction off like a lot of... You're not used to carrying a shield.
Oh, I'm using them like a machete to get through shit, I think.
Never mind. Shit. Roll a d6.
Oh, me?
Yeah, if you're using them like a machete to get through bushes.
2.
Yeah, he is. He does not look well.
I'm also... I want to keep an eye out for those mushrooms that Pale Ale set off before.
Yes, yeah.
Don't go anywhere near them, let me tell you.
Make a survival check. Actually, make a group survival check. Everyone roll survival. I'll kind of tally up the odds on how well you sort of navigate your way through towards this well.
Dirty 20 for me.
Nice.
Ooh,
Factoring in my disadvantage, 9.
Oh, yes. Cool.
9 for me as well.
17.
Cool. 17. Yeah, you balance yourselves out, and especially with Grud, Kinnegar Scrags, and a very poisoned but also, useful meat shield, just taking the brunt. It's not that you avoid the pink mushrooms, it's just that you set them off and they have a reset timer like any classic video game. So he's just getting facefuls of poison. Delirious. It's not been a good day for Hoth Junction.
No.
Well, he's being an excellent meat shield. I mean, that's top notch, I would say.
Yeah, true. And for Tracker and not for Tracker, for Waitson and Berliner, they're kind of just making their way around as well. They're kind of keeping to themselves.
I forgot about Berliner.
Yeah,
What?
blacksmith.
Man, I've been talking to you all day. Like, have you just been? Is it just my voice that's just easy to?
It's just, you just zoned in now. You keep zoning out. I've literally only heard you now. It's crazy. That audible hum. It's just...
We don't meet a lot of humans, and it's kind of hard to tell you apart because you got the dark hair and the weak chin, and you don't even have any fangs. It's hard to tell.
Oh yeah, man.
No offense. Some of my best friends are human. I don't.
You have human best friends?
I'm whispering.
Who is this guy?
And so you find the golden stream, and it's lit up by the flowers either side. This glorious trickling cutting its way through the forest, and the atmosphere around you has definitely changed. Like you're going deeper and darker and into the kind of the monstrous pits. Even the Dirty Bitch Boys wouldn't often trek these parts of the Baglen because in pecking order it goes like commoners, like the ones you've strapped to your arms and trailing along behind you, the Fianna, you guys, and then the actual monsters of the land. The giant bird that picked up those villages earlier, things that go bump in the night, things that even bugbear children are scared of. So you make your way through.
Boogeyman.
Exactly. And as you think back to your childhood, not being read to because your parents couldn't read, but being yelled at, go to sleep.
Yeah, they were bedtime stories.
And it was so.
The story is go to fucking bed.
Yeah, you come to this small monastery, and it's sort of barely 20 feet across. Roof is caved in, as have some of the exterior walls. And there's a straight walkway into where a well sits at the end of this chamber. Beside these ruins, you see a large willow tree. Its branches sort of stretched out and overhanging, casting its leaves sort of a nice lilac purple, casting a purple hue across the grounds and the walls. And at the very back, beside this small circular well, just before it, there just seems to be a large brown hulking shape.
Is it moving?
Doesn't seem to be.
Is there anywhere to take cover in here, or is it fairly open?
No, you can. There's bushes and trees, and like it's an easy place to hide. As you get closer to the monastery itself, it's in those sort of surroundings. It's so old that trees seem to have just kind of laid claim to their rightful land.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the group and kind of like point to myself, point to the bush, and like hold up a finger, being like, just basically trying to convey that I'll sneak. So and it's like disappear Homer Simpson style into the bushes. And I'm going to try and like stay parallel to the group, but just try and stay out of sight of this guy, whatever it is.
Yeah, sure.
It could end up being a rock.
Make a stealth check.
16.
You creep your way around, and through, as you make your way slowly, steady, little by little towards this monastery, and sort of peek through the cracks and the crumbled ruins and the little gaps in the walls. You see, it's a large brown bear. Seems to be sleeping. Okay. And you're about 30, 40 feet back.
Cool. I'm gonna wait and just kind of hang in the wings and follow the group's movements.
Yeah.
Can I also kind of follow through that bush, try and get up close? I think.
Yeah. Also make a stealth check. And then anyone else who wants to go that direction, you can make stealth checks, and we'll go around that way. I'll do a few for
22.
Looks like
nice.
We're this way. So let's go. Scrags.
That means to kill him, right? Cool.
What do I have for 0? Okay.
I got 21.
Ooh.
We're some stealthy bitch boys.
I've got
stealthy bitch boys.
I've got 10.
Oh, nice.
You
we're being really stealthy.
Are you like doing action stealth music, just humming it in your head while you're going?
Accidentally making noise.
He's like, yeah.
You make your way through
Gear theme music.
You make your way closer and closer to this rune. Again, you all come across a couple of times. You do kind of stand on a branch and you hear some kind of rustle in the trees around you, and you kind of hold for a moment and nothing seems to happen. Both Berliner and Waitson, Waitson's a little bit quieter than Berliner. Berliner's a bigger man. Seem to be making more noise than you guys. And Waitson, to be honest, Berliner is a little bit out of breath. He's starting to breathe a little heavy.
Okay.
And you all make your way to the side of this ruin, and you all see this brown sleeping bear.
I can cast silence, which silence is no sound can pass a 20-foot radius of a point that I pick. Is the bear right beside the well?
Yeah, it seems to be slumped down just like in front of the well.
That could work if we can get with it. If you cast like just to the edge of that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Is if I cast it so that the bear is
that could be really good.
The edge of a 20-foot radius.
That does mean you guys can't cast verbal spells in it if anything happens.
I don't plan on getting into it, and it's a concentration spell, so I think I won't be able to cast very much. Well, depends. Let's see. I have to pull it up.
I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with that, considering how loud our tag-alongs are.
That's true.
My plan is to do that, so it can last up to 10 minutes. I can do it within 120 feet.
Cool. And then I think either maybe myself and Gordon's go up, so that if anything happens, we've got 2 people there. Whereas like you guys are kind of squishy.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can. Is there anything I need to do to?
No, you simply. I believe you simply cast it. For my kind of picture, are you casting it sort of the epicenter is the well, and then 20 feet radius out from that?
No, actually, I'm casting it so it's maybe 19, or let's say 16 feet away from the bear, so that the bear is caught within the edge of the 20 foot, but that the well wouldn't be, because if we're inside it, it'll be able to hear us if we're inside the sphere of silence, I think.
No, if you're inside the sphere, you don't make noise.
Oh, I thought it was just
it's
no,
not
no sound passes.
You just anything within that radius just doesn't make noise.
Oh, okay. Well, then I do cast it on the well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The entire, even sort of the abstract bird noises and ambience that you'd sort of gotten used to within this. Is it a 20-foot radius or what's the
a 20-foot sphere around?
Cool.
Point.
So like a 10 radius. Yeah. Just goes deathly quiet. Nothing.
Excuse me. Do we have a pot?
Oh yeah. She would have given you a pot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just realized that. I was like, damn, we missed the spot.
Yeah.
I have a pot.
As you think it, you just flash back immediately. This pot. Fill this pot, and you're like, oh, I'm holding it. I had it for you, Grud. Here, it might, but nothing's got. Telepathically, I think we can communicate, and that's why you understand what I'm saying. I'm in your mind.
Biggest headache ever. Is this thinking? I hate it. Okay. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I guess myself and like gesturing, like myself and Gordon's to sneak up and fill up the pot.
The pot, right? I just have my axe ready to.
Yeah. I think you'd be ready to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sneak up and delicately try and scoop out the well.
Yeah, as you both sneak, make stealth checks and make perception checks.
Oh. Okay, 10 for stealth and dirty 20 for perception.
Nice. And
I'm
Gordon's?
at 13 for stealth, 14 for perception.
So the stealth is like, it wasn't a high DC. There's silence, you can kind of sneak through, and you're all sort of the dirty color of grass and leaves, and from the general just walking through the forest, you picked up natural camouflage. And Grud, you do spot up in the sky, actually. It's what draws your line is that you see the hulking shape of the bear, and you realize it's not sleeping. It seems to have sort of large spikes protruding from its side, and it's sort of blood soaking into the earth. And as you kind of guide your eyeline up, you see just sort of a flapping of wings, a sort of circling of something, but it hasn't noticed you. Make a nature check with advantage. I think you might have been warned of creatures like this before.
So nature check, that is a 15.
Yeah, it's as you look up and you kind of take in, and your eyes do that kind of, a little bit of adjusting as you move from short-sighted to long. That's how eyes work.
Yeah, you gotta
adjust your focus. That's how fantasy eyes work. You see this kind of a very, sort of searching, confused-looking human face attached to just this glorious mane of almost like a lion's body, and two leathery dragon wings, just kind of circling around the sky, and this large tail with spikes coming out of it. You know it to be the when you first came across it, it was a boiticore, but now it's indeed a manticore.
That seed grew from the tree.
Oh god, that's so bad. I love it.
It has not seemed to notice you, but this definitely seems to be its sort of area of prowling.
So is it like doing full like circles around, or is it like, I'm basically wondering, would we be able to hide behind the bear and break line of sight, or would it eventually be like, is its route that it would fly over the bear at some point?
You could wait a little bit just to kind of see if it has a common pattern.
No, I thought it was clearly flying in a circle. I don't want to wait. I want to get this done sooner rather than later. I'm going to nudge Gordon's, like point up to the sky and be like, I'm going to go dive into the well.
Yeah.
Dive into the well.
Well, as in,
I'm now going to be holding my axe instead of towards the bear, loosely towards the air, as if that will do anything, but I'm terrified.
The same battle stance, but just move it slightly.
Yeah, exactly. I went from this. Yeah.
Grud, make a sleight of hand check. This is to the pot into like the the winch of a well. I should really look up more about wells if I'm going to make them the linchpin of an adventure. But the thing I'm talking about.
Well, that's a 12.
It takes you a couple of efforts, and each time you do it, this manticore seems to be circling. It's not doing full circles. It's sort of zipping across the side, skipping back. Occasionally, it dives into the trees, and you lose sight of it for a while, and then back into the air itself. You do manage to get the pot tied to the rope of the well, and you can lower it down, depending on how fast or slow you want to kind of do that part.
It's fast as my strong muscles will allow me.
Yeah. You let gravity do the work, but no noise. But just for the audience's sake, noise. All this like actually, for the audience's sake, the pot falls down to the bottom of a well. A screen comes up that's black with some fancy little swirls on the side, and it just goes sploosh.
Like the
and
floor,
everything
floor,
until silence is cast has been in black and white.
Manticores can't read, so it's fine.
Yeah, to the delightful plinky plonky piano of the entertainer, and as the manticore circles around and like peeks in somewhere and doesn't see anyone, whoop, nothing there, and then Bugbear hides behind bugbear-shaped tree. And human hides behind human-shaped bear. Then
half orc.
Are you not? Oh, it is a half orc. Sorry. Yes, my mistake. Half orc hides behind.
Yeah, because I was lying about having human friends. I actually don't have any.
Yes. It's just that human fighter was such a trope. I just heard fighter and filled the rest up in my head.
Not a human. Yeah.
I'll take one group stealth check. To kind of avoid the evil gaze of this manticore, to see if you can successfully
progressively lower.
I got a 19, and I'm gonna just have to run. Wait for a second. I'll be back.
True stealth
for me.
18.
Yeah. 18.
16. 16 for me.
16. Let's see if good old Berliner and Waitson.
Come on.
Yeah, they did well. They did well. They're hiding up. In fact, what you do see is as you're all looking around and as you're getting kind of keeping a clear bead on getting this water, what none even seem to notice is Waitson slowly creep away. He has spotted the manticore and is making his way through the forest. And in a somewhat questionable character choice, you hear him outside of the silent spell go, "Oi! Big lion, bird, man, dragon thing. This way." And he fucking bucks it. The manticore kind of swoops down into the forest, and from a little bit far away, you just hear the crunching of branches and trees as Waitson has created a distraction and take attention of this manticore away from your moment. You're able to successfully pull up a pot full of the well of clarity.
I fully thought he was ratting us out. I was prepared to murder him.
Me too. I had my crossbow ready in my head.
No, instead he has decided to both book it away, but also hopefully not get killed by a manticore. As you know, what must be another Tuesday for old Waitson.
I was kicking myself
for
not coming up with that prank first. I totally should have gone there and pranked all of you.
To cause a distraction?
Yeah, well, to call the manticore over and trick all of you.
That's the only way you can be useful, if you think you're inconveniencing someone else.
That's my whole religion.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to pull the pot up.
Yeah, you get it back. You don't have a lot of time. You have enough time to make a choice. Some might call it a moral quandary. The audience may approve or disapprove of this decision, so to speak. You get the feeling you can either just peg it and make it back to barbed wire with your pot of clarity water. There is a chance, though, if you do head in the direction of Waitson, you might be able to save his life.
I, the player, would like to save him. Grud would not even give him a second thought.
Yep. I don't care. We can do show of hands, and I can duplicate myself, and then I'll have 4 votes for not saving him.
Instant.
I was impressed. I was impressed by Waitson. I would like to help him.
Oh, we are in love with Kinnegar Scrags.
This could be your way into a were-tiger's heart. Who knows?
I see. Not everything I know about Kinnegar Scrags also means that he might want to have sex with this manticore.
Oh, he absolutely wants to have sex with
It
this
might
man.
be right up. He might be going for all the wrong reasons.
It's got a similar enough arse to me.
It's just close enough to being a cat while also being a nice little bit of strange.
From what I understand. Yeah.
It is mostly a big cat. Yeah, big cat with a human face and leathery wings.
So Kinnegar Scrags, perfect.
What's Gordon's cordial? What are you saying?
So Waitson ran off into the.
So Waitson basically ran off. Waitson saw the manticore looking at us and basically ran off the opposite direction and made a big distraction, saying, "Hey, chase me!"
He did a Jeff Goldblum.
Either make our escape or run after where he's gone and try and help because the manticore's bolted after him.
Well, I would happily. I'd also like to. This creature is trespassing on our land, so I also would be fine with wiping this creature from the land. But I was still holding the axe, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right, so we're foolishly going.
I don't know if boys get a vote. I don't know the legal voting age, and since I'll always be a boy now and forever, I don't know if I'll ever get a say in this. But I'd like to help my friend.
I'm now against it again because of that kid.
And also, I think teenagers should be able to run for president in Ireland.
Yeah.
Is there some way we can secure the water so that it's not going to spill out if we get into a scuffle? Like put it into like
yeah. For reasons of plot, that would secure.
Sure. Great.
Put the lid on the pot and tie it to
Excellent.
my waist or something.
It is nice and jarred in. Cool.
I'll turn to Kinnegar Scrags and say, like,
I guess the best way to get Lamb Hog's opinion or approval is to bring him the head of a manticore. Ain't never seen one of those before.
It's a great idea. Man's face, big lovely lion hair. He'll love it.
He loves both those things. He loves hair and faces.
If we just bring the head, is it going to look like we just killed?
It's just a man's face.
it's just a big face.
No, I swear it was a manticore. We didn't take the body.
Yeah, okay. I reckon we got it. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I cannot stress that thinking is not my thing. We probably got to make good on leading the Fianna to the camp. But he's probably gonna kill us. So if we bring him a manticore and be like, "Ooh, look at this. We're so strong. That's good."
Yes, manticore is a more egregious offense. Just it existing, so we should.
I don't know that he's green, but he looked pretty angry.
Okay, all right, mate. You work pretty hard on that.
Meanwhile, like in the time it's taken to decide, like Waitson's just shredded to bits. No. You bucket in the direction of the manticore and Waitson, and you come across. They've managed to just flatten a bunch of bushes, trees, and general shrubbery, handily enough for a battlefield. So you find yourself in this kind of open glade. Waitson kind of backing up, trying to dodge through trees, like spikes are just through the air. Everyone roll initiative, and from Waitson's pure courage, he won't be in this fight. And also, to stop me having to deal with him, and we'll figure everything else out.
19.
19. Fantastic.
16.
16. Brilliant. Pale Ale?
6.
Oh, beat you. I'm an 8.
Oh,
8.
I was wondering which
6.
direction you went with would beat me there.
15. Let me just pull these into general order as we get into a fight. Perfect. Kinnegar Scrags, you are.
I want to do a bloody firebolt his bloody wings. Keep him on the ground.
Nice. Yeah. Make an attack roll as you flames of fire burst from your were-tiger claws.
16.
16. Yes. Bam. Straight shot through to the it's a body blow on this manticore. What damage do you do?
I have 1d10 plus 5. 1. So 6.
Nice. Perfect. You do a solid blow. Not as much as you expected, but you're trying to avoid Waitson.
Yeah.
You don't want to accidentally blam him with a 16 firebolt. that could and will literally kill him. Grudge, you see, not wasting a moment's time or action, Kinnegar Scrags just flame off a fireball towards this manticore, knocking him a little bit to the side, distracting him from what might have been a killing blow to Waitson.
Did the manticore seem to see us attacking, or are we in a surprise round against it?
No, everyone just kind of rolled initiative. The manticore, having been engaged one of your allies,
right? He was in combat.
Joining their fight. Yeah. So he's aware.
Cool. And one more question: have we slept since our fight last session, or were we straight up?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We have slept.
In a couple of days.
Yeah, you've slept. Yeah, you did a couple of days.
Cool. Cool. So is that the end of Kinnegar's turn, or is it me?
Unless you have movement or bonus action, Kinnegar Scrags.
No.
Cool.
And is this thing grounded, or is it in
for now?
For now,
it's grounded. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna. Is there anything else I can do? No. I'm just gonna bonus action rage, sprint up. Is it within melee range?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to run up and I'm determined to make this work. So I'm going to reckless attack, a great weapon master attack on this
cool
manticore. So I have advantage, which is good. No, that's going to be a miss. So
what did you get?
By how much? So I got 14, but -5 for great weapon master. So I got a 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the weight of Hoth Junction. You're not used to fighting with a small boy strapped to your arm. I mean, some would say you should practice with these things before you bring them into battle, but that's not me judging. That's the odds. So is it just the one attack?
Just the one attack at 4th level, yes. And now the manticore will have advantage on me.
Yes. I'm going to put a Hoth Junction on your turn as a bonus action second attack.
Oh, cool. I'm just going to hold him up and let him slice and dice.
Yeah. Roll an attack roll. I'm a man.
I assume I'm not proficient in my boy blade.
No, but boy blade is proficient in and of himself.
Yeah.
So 15. Roll an attack, just half the damage. So he's just going to be half as strong as you are.
Okay, so where I would roll a d12, he'll get a d6.
Or roll a d12 and just half the final number.
So that is a 5.
5. Perfect. Boom. So Boy Blade, Hoth Junction, Boy Extraordinaire, just like a flurry, just carves into this manticore. You still have your bonus action, movement action, all good?
Yeah, I bonus action raged, so that's me.
Nice. Berliner, the blacksmith's friend of yours, rolls up, takes out a small hand crossbow that he had strapped to his side, and fires, but the bolt wildly misses. Not used to battle conditions, not even used to firing a crossbow, and uses the rest of his turn just kind of hide behind the bushes again to potentially attack with a crossbow. Which brings us up to Gordon's Cordial. It is your turn. You have Grud and Boyblade. Yeah, you're quite low, but you're not that low. We're going through it fast enough. So the Boyblade and Grud are up front. Kinnegar Scrags at a distance, shooting off some magic spells. Manticore seems to be grounded, shocked by this sudden assault. Suddenly realizing that it might have been set up. I hate traps, is what it screams out. Comes to your turn.
I'm just going to go straight up and just go straight for the battle axe.
Roll an attack.
Oh, that was so bad. That was 9. Does that hit?
9 unfortunately misses. What you're looking for on a manticore is a 14.
Okay. Once again, like last time, I think I'm just going to have swung, missed, and just in a little circle due to the weight of the blade.
You spin around, definitely dodging your companions, but no, not hitting a strike upon the manticore. It is chaos, Pale Ale. You see everyone charge in, spells firing off, birds taking flight, away from this battlefield.
Like a John Woo movie. Nice.
As you see the scene in front of you, Manticore is down, snarling, trapped, but hasn't taken any significant amount of damage.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna crack my knuckles and cast or put my hand onto my flower that squirts water. Are they within? Are my compatriots within 30 feet of me? Like all of them?
Yes,
Or-
absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Then I pick all 3 of them. I fire water at them and I cast Bless using the
nice.
holy water component.
Yes.
I was
In
expecting
my,
acid.
Oh yeah, well,
Hilarious.
I am disadvantaged.
You prank, yeah.
So
Cool prank, bro. Cool prank.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
there's a little bit of acid. There's some vinegar in.
For flavor, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all the best holy water has vinegar in it. Everyone knows that.
So that gives us a D4.
It gives you a D4 that you can add to attacks or saving throws
Unreal.
for 10 minutes.
Thank
And-
you.
Do you got movement bonus action? Spiritual weapon, I think it is bonus action if that's the
Is spiritual weapon a bonus action? Because then I could cast it.
I know making it attack definitely is.
Yeah, I think using it to attack is a bonus action.
Yeah, I think casting
Yes.
it might be an action.
If casting it was a bonus
Yeah,
action.
it's an action to cast and it's a bonus action to make it attack. So you can cast it and then no, sorry.
No, I can't. Is it?
No, it's a bonus action to cast. Sorry.
Oh, look.
nice.
Ben was right about something. Else.
I think I know I'm fighting for my life here, but that spell
Okay, the first
Might be,
person the spiritual weapon's going to kill is that guy.
I'm actually secretly your god. Just here to help you out, mate.
That's a good joke, actually. I'll keep him alive. It's a good trick. Okay. Spiritual weapon. Yeah, I can cast that as a bonus action, and it'll be the weapon of the god. So I have to leave that to you, Ben. What is the weapon of?
You reach out to the deity who infuses you with this power, and as you kind of focus and close your eyes and see a weapon in front of you, it seems to be just the foil container of a pastry-based treat. But inside that pastry-based foil container is also the vicious iron claws of a bear trap.
Ah, nice.
And that's floating just magically nearby to snatch and attack, both pieing and trapping any unsuspecting creatures in your land.
Perfect. Spiritual bear trap in a pie.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Do you
have
get to
asked
attack
for
straight
it.
away with it, or is that?
I have no idea on that part. If it's up to you. It seems like a lot.
I think it is a lot, though. I think clerics get a fair deal because often they spend half their time healing and doing things like bless that they get to be pretty fucking powerful when they attack.
Oh yeah, I can make an attack if it was within 5 feet of the thing. I think I can only put the thing within 60 feet of me.
Yeah, so it could be.
So it can be. Okay, great. Yeah, I hurl the spiritual pie bear trap at it.
Make an attack roll. All you need to beat is a 14.
Oh, great. Using my spell attack, I presume?
Yeah, using your spell attack. Then we're top of the round, Kinnegar Scrags.
17.
17, you hit. Do your damage as this pie-based bear trap slams into the rear end of this manticore.
Okay, so it's a D8 plus my modifier, which is 0. Oh wait, no, which is -2. D8 -2.
And what did you roll?
I'm rolling at 8.
Cool. So 6.
6.
And I misspoke. I forgot to give the manticore a turn. That would have been a quick
I
fight.
think that's what Lucy was questioning you for.
Yes, indeed. The manticore turns around and goes, damn, this is not a good day for me, Mr. Manticore.
That human face snarl.
Turns out when you give a lion a human face, it sounds real dorky.
Yeah, I just need my courage.
Yeah, the original MGM opening, it's not nearly as scary.
See? Yeah.
And it flaps its wings and pushes itself off the ground to try and get some distance. Anyone who's currently around it, which I believe is Grud, Cordial, Berliner, and probably also no, not Berliner. He didn't go anywhere near. But Waitson gets an attack of opportunity on the Manticore. Nah, you'll never catch me.
No, I don't have advantage on this.
So wait, do I roll for that?
Yeah, roll an attack.
Regular roll attack. It's an 18 for me.
24
18.
for me.
Nice. And natural 20. Waitson. Don't know what he has. Did anyone give him a weapon? I'm just going to give him a D6.
I mean, Waitson, yeah.
I know. I do have stats for him. He's a basic commoner. What he has is a club. Nice. Take this membership card. It's the club I'm a member of. He does a 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Well, if he gets a crit though, right?
Yeah, double that d4.
Yeah,
for a total of 4 damage.
Nice.
So, Grud and Gorgeous.
Yeah, so my hit is +2 for raging, so 15 slashing damage from me.
Oh, that's so much.
All right.
Rolled an 11.
I can't add the blessed d4 to damage now.
No, just attack.
No, it's just a hit, yeah.
I just did 5 also.
Although I had immediately forgotten about that. Good call.
You do some significant shredding of this manticore as it takes flight. This is a bad decision. I immediately regret taking flight. But now that I'm a safe distance from you all, time for the manticore's turn. And all at once, these tail spikes seem to fire out towards the person who seems to be the most vicious, which is Grud. Grud, if it's within 2 of your AC, you can, should you choose, put Hoth Junction in the way.
Okay, nice. Oh, that's an interesting way to run the additional AC. I like that.
Yeah, I'll let you choose where your arm is.
Fun fact, barbarians are shit at AC.
10, 13, and 24.
So it's 14. So I'd say the 24 hits, and I do use Boy Blade to block the second, and then the third misses.
Okay, cool. That's.
Oh wait, sorry, with 13. 13 for the second one.
13 would miss. Yeah, you're fine.
Sorry, yes, completely. Yeah. I just want to use Boy Blade. Yeah, so 1 hits, 2 miss. But I do definitely hold Boy Blade up as if to protect myself. It just doesn't happen to hit him.
You take 7 piercing damage, reduced to 3 because you're raging. And Boy Blade almost takes 8 damage, which would instantly kill him. Not just kill him, but like not retrievable. Like that's twice his HP. He'd be dead. So and beyond. And his tail spikes.
He wouldn't even get a funeral.
I mean, that's up to you guys. Manticore's in the air, using its distance, used all its attacks. Out of reach for now, and as we go top of the round, Kinnegar Scrags, you've got this manticore. It is, I think, 30 feet. I don't know where its movement is. Oh, 6. No, never mind. Yeah, 30 feet. Yeah, it's 50 feet into the air. It used its full movement to fly straight up.
Sure.
Yeah. Now I'm going to make you easy pickings. Yeah.
Well, I have crossbow won't reach. I mean, what do I have?
A crossbow not reach now?
What do you know? Was that 60?
50 feet? Yeah. He'd be in a crossbow reach.
Okay, I don't have damage type for that, but I do have one on me.
It's crossbow up. Should be just piercing.
Yes, I can look that up now. So if you want to take an attack with your crossbow, it's 1d8.
1d8, right? I'm like, get the fuck down, and I aim my crossbow at him. I get an 18.
Whew, hits.
And what was it? A D8.
D8, yep. Yes. You're probably proficient in crossbow, so that'll be D8 plus 3? 2?
Dexterity, whatever his dex mod is.
Yeah.
Proficiency is for hitting, not for damage.
Oh, yeah, for hitting. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're right.
I got a 3.
3. I'm going to offer you a devilish DM choice. You have an 18 to hit. Mm-hmm. If you want to re-roll, and you get a 19 or a 20, I will let you aim for a wing and ground this manticore. But if you do not get those numbers, your attack misses.
I'm going to risk it.
You have a D4 that you can add.
Yeah, you can add the D4 if you need to.
That in.
You're blessed.
I am not factoring that in. That is a great point.
16.
Plus the D4?
No, we're not including the D4. 20.
Yes!
Nice.
This bolt sails through the air doing... I'm going to double that fucking damage, because what a risk. So double the damage of your previous pierces right through the wing of this manticore, and it's just... You get the feeling at the end of its turn, it will be grounded and unable to take flight once more.
Nice.
I think still have a bonus action and movement, should you wish.
I want to get up next to it, where I think it's going to fall. I'm ready for it to fucking pounce.
Yeah. Grud, you see the manticore. You're just finished slicing at it with your attack of opportunity. Take flight, fire off these strikes towards you, and then, without even noticing, key like a flying through the air. This ball pierces its wing.
It's another rock.
Starts to make its descent. It is your turn. It's still in air. It's mid falling.
Then I will. I guess I'm just going to chuck a hand axe at him.
Both your hand axes are attached to a boy.
I have 4 altogether, so I have 2 spare.
My mistake.
I would have otherwise grabbed one from him and been like, "Give me that fucking hand axe." But yes, no, this is one of my remaining hand axes. This will be a reckless attack, but not a. I can't use a great weapon master on anyway, so I will have advantage, which is good. So that's going to be 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
20 hits. Do your damage.
It's going to be 6 plus 2 plus 2. So that's 6 slashing damage altogether with my rage.
6 altogether.
So.
All right. What can I do, Mr. Grud?
Just get ready to take some hits.
Let me at him. He's a prick.
I'm starting to like you more and more, Hoth.
Well, ever since I didn't have anything to live for, like, I don't know, losing my virginity or growing old, I've got a real sense of, bloodlust and just reckless abandon about me.
If you survive this, we're going to work on building up some mass, making you a bit more intimidating, and then it'll be. Tell you what, can I just kill this monster real quick? Hang on, hold up. All right, we'll talk about it later.
I hope there's no spin-off where it's grumpy, dark bugbear and plucky little boy in tights. That would make for a terrible show.
I don't see that being greenlit. It sounds exhausting.
Berliner takes another shot with his crossbow. Again, misses. Berliner, get your act together. Hides back behind the tree. And it is Gordon's cordial. The battlefield has changed. Manticore took flight and is now crashing towards the ground, almost directly on top of you.
Hasn't hit the ground yet, though, right?
No, it's still on its way down.
And so he could. How close am I to Berliner?
You're quite far away from Berliner. Is like back where you started this encounter. You guys rushed up to where the Manticore was. You're close to Waitson.
Oh, he's dead though, right?
To you, maybe.
Yeah.
But to him, he has a lot to live for. No, he's fine.
Okay, well, either way, if I'm close to Waitson, I'm afraid of there being more spikes coming down, so I'm just going to grab his body and just hold it.
Absolutely. Make an athletics check.
I'll be walking towards where I think he's going to land, otherwise. But yeah, what do I roll?
Make an athletics check. Waitson, unsurprisingly, not okay with this. What the fuck?
Oh, he's alive. Oh, can I try and knock him out?
Wait, he tried to sacrifice himself to save us, and we're like rewarding him by human shielding him.
Yeah, I got a 17 at doing that.
He's the reason.
Yeah, you managed to successfully grab him, and he is just wriggling in your arms. What the fuck? You're the worst.
Yeah. I'll let him go. We don't get shot at again by spikes. I'll let him go.
You might. Who knows? Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Onwards to Pale Ale. Pale Ale. As the piercing screeches of Waitson and the lovely relaxing noises of Hibernian birds pass through your ears. It's kind of anyone's game here. Manticore looks rough.
Okay, so if my spiritual weapon is within 5 feet of it, I'm guessing it's not anymore.
You can move it though, I think.
Yeah, I can use a bonus action to move it 30 feet. So I can do that and then get it to attack it.
Yes, correct.
So I'll go give that a go, first of all. And I'll roll because I'm disadvantaged. And 9.
A pie and bear trap fly through the air, but unfortunately the spin on this Manticore, you've just missed the trajectory, so you do miss. But you still have your action and your movement.
Yeah, I was so good at pie class. Okay, then I will cast Guiding Bolt, which is like a bolt of light that I'm going to cast him. If it works, and I'm bad at casting spells, he'll take 4d6 radiant damage. So let's
Is that
see.
at a certain level? Guiding Bolt is
It's
46.
level 1 spell. It's a first level spell.
Fair enough. Yeah. Make your attack.
Let me just pull it up again. Oh wait, did I misread that? Is it?
No, you're right. Yeah. 46.
Cool.
Nice.
It's a good spell. 120 feet range, like, as well.
5.
Nah.
Stupid being poisoned. I got an 18 and then a 5. Okay.
Yeah, the world is spinning. 7 manticores? This is not going well for the dirty bitch boys. It is the manticore's turn, and as it's spinning down towards you, it again fires off tail spikes, just kind of hoping to hit any one of you. I'm going to roll randomly 5. So Pale Ale does a 15 plus 3 hit.
Almost
sorry,
certainly.
a 20. 20 hit. You take, as this tail spike just slams into you, you take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
Next attack against 1. Grud. The attack is 24.
Ooh. Yeah, can't do anything about that.
And like the manticore is just putting these spins on these tail spike attacks as it's flying through the air, giving you 8 reduced to half, 4 piercing damage. Grud again does a 22 hit.
Me again?
Yes.
It very much does. I'll take it.
Take another 2 piercing damage. So these spikes just... You're not looking too well there, Mr. Grud.
Wait, so that's 2 total, and then I reduce it to 1, yeah?
2. Sorry, I did the reducing for you. 2.
Okay.
And so as it flies down and lands on the ground, this is not going well for Mr. Manticore. Maybe I could promise you riches beyond your wildest dreams. There's a well I protect, a well of clarity.
And it like jiggled the pot at him. It's like, we got your water already.
Ah, shit. The manticore goes to book it. It hasn't moved yet, but it is fleeing for its life. Monsters in D&D often stay until the bitter end. My monster's self-persevering.
I mean, he sounds very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to escape my wiles. Usually that well of clarity thing works. They don't normally find the well before they find me. Fuck. Top of the round, Kinnegar Scrags. This manticore is tail up, butt out, pouncing into the forest.
I look to firebolt his arse.
Yeah. Shoot some fire up his ass.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll.
My attack roll is 9 plus 4? Or was that only 1 round?
No, the
The spell lasts for a minute, and you get the D4 for the full thing.
Oh, but it's still 13.
You singe the bushes in which it's passing through, startling the manticore, but unfortunately doing no damage.
Oh, can I use my charm reroll?
Yes, you absolutely could. Yeah.
Aha!
Nice.
12 plus 4, 16.
That hits.
Nice.
And you see jump from the bushes a tiny hare, just like alley-oop this fireball, kicking it with its legs into the manticore's arse.
Yay!
Assist! Roll your damage.
I'll roll my damage, yeah. So 1d10 plus 5. 10. Or 11.
11. Amazing. It is singeing. The smell of burnt, crispy, grilled manticore fills the air.
Yeah.
Right. You can see the manticore stumbling. It's trying to keep its wits about it. Its eyes turn to eyes as it stumbles into the forest. It's your turn. It is pretty. Manticores have pretty quick movement. They have its flying speed kind of put it at the distance. You're 30, 40 in the bushes, 3/4 cover from this manticore.
How far away am I?
Like 30, 40 feet. Hard to tell.
There's a big difference. 30 feet, I can reach him.
30
Could I
feet.
reach him?
talking. So it's let's say 40. He's just a little bit out of reach.
Then. Okay, so he's in the tree line, is he?
Yes, yeah. He's kind of ducking between the trees, trying to buck it for height.
I want to sprint up as far as I can, 30 feet, so I'm 10 feet away from him, and I just want to try and hack at a tree to try and make it land on him, if that makes sense. I'm trying to chop it down in one go.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't reach him.
Throw the boy at him.
I've gotten quite attached to the boy.
Release the boy blade.
Yeah, release the blade.
Let him rip. Yeah, so I'm going to try and chop down a tree and try and trap this thing under it if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you pick a good tree, a good kind of 20, 30, 40 foot high tree. You think with a solid swoop, you'll need to get a 16, I think. Let's just set the DC of this tree to a 16.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make you roll, once you cut through the tree, an attack roll with the tree to try beat the AC of the Manticore.
Okay.
Doing some high-level D&D
That
math.
seems fair. Cool. I'm going to recklessly attack this tree. Just wildly.
Yeah.
Which is good. So that's going to be 17 to hit the tree.
It slices through. You have it there. It's not quite tipping until Hope Junction goes, I can help, sir. And his tiny little axes just kind of tip it over.
Yeah.
HJ.
An attack roll with advantage because Hope Junction has helped you here to land this tree.
So
this Manticore.
Do I get any? Just a straight D20, yeah?
Straight D20, but 2 of them. Oh, you're blessed. You're blessed as well. Yeah, you're blessed. Yeah. I'm
going to add the bless because I really want this to work. Full marks. 19 altogether.
19 hits. All right, the damage of a tree falling on a Manticore.
I'm mostly hoping to trap him so he can't get away, but I'll take damage.
I'm looking at his HP. That's the insider knowledge I have. I'm going to take, if it's a 50-foot tree, and for every 10 feet you fall in D&D, you take 1d6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the tip of this tree, as it falls towards the Manticore, is going to slam down to the ground with 5d6 damage.
Cool.
But
I roll that or will you?
It's a tree, because it's a tree, you roll it. Yeah, you can roll all these dice. Because the damage is going to be halved.
5, 9.
Out of interest, while he's rolling that,
15.
I cast silence where the tree was standing. Would it make any noise?
Ultimate
22 damage altogether.
And is that halved yet, or is that altogether?
No, not halved. Sorry.
Cool. So 11 damage total.
Yeah.
As this tree creaks and falls and uproots the earth and sprays into the air, and to the boyish cheers of Host Junction, good. A little bit of me, but also good. It slams down, and I'm going to let you add a little bit of flavor here, like we do on Homebrew. If this was a tall, frothy, hand-pumped pint of ale slid across by your favorite bartender, and he turned to you and said, "Down that." How would you down that Manticore? I
think this Manticore is downed like trailer trash downs a can of beer and then crushes it against his head. So he's kind of like accordioned down. I think that's how the Manticore is down. He's just kind of
the all aspects of this multi-hybrid animal are crushed into one can-like shape. Comically so. Well, dead, just for comical effect. Face still there. Yeah. Like a cartoon or whatever.
This will be much easier.
Bring back yeah, exactly. And you have a crushed disc of Manticore. A prize to be hung on any wall.
Yeah, this might be harder to stuff them, actually, won't it?
Yeah. And with the Manticore downed, the pot of clarity contained, and no more notes left on my DM screen. You make your way back to Barbed Wire, who performs this divination spell. The magic puts her in contact with a god or one of the god's servants, and you're allowed to ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that will occur in 7 days. So as all 8 eyes roll back into her head, and she's looking over this pool of water, and she's holding it with as many hands as she can to make it as still as possible. She turns to all of you but I'm happy for one of you to ask the question. And goes, I have it. I have the clear thread. I have the clear sight. What is it you want to know that will occur in the next week? And her eyes flash black as she channels this kind of dark, it's religious magic, bright, radiant magic of her gods. Grud, as de facto member, and also it being Arlington / Grud's backstory, it's probably fair to give you the question. But
yeah, I think
there's also probably a burning question between Kinnegar Scrags and Barbed Wire.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
So I want you to both roll dexterity checks, and whoever's quickest,
see who answers first.
Okay.
you gets to ask first, and that's and then we're going to call the show. Then we're
15.
15.
Dexterity is 4. Yeah.
All right, Kinnegar Scrags.
I'm just too uncomfortable with the spider lady to even think that quickly.
Where is Lamhog, and is it going to last between you and Millhouse?
Oh, that's nice.
It's going to be so grim for her if the answer is no.
You see her shape. You see 8 legs turn to 16 as she shatters into 2 possibilities and 2 voices side by side. Which, if we post produce this show, you could like layer up and make it a cryptic message for the audience. The first voice goes, "Far from the glen, over peaks, through rock and stone, Westland bogs, dirty bitch boys have flown." And the second one, which is unprepared, is, "Although my heart belongs to another, I will try my best with the man who's mowing my flowers."
You'd be mowing your flowers. That's the first problem.
Classic Millhouse.
He's a shit gardener.
Yeah.
What a
Mowing
cook.
the flowers.
I did the garden. Yes, thank you, Millhouse.
The answer being an 8-ball go west and an 8-ball instructions unclear. Ask again later.
Ask again 2 weeks from now, live on twitch.tv.
As we said, we're going to come back in 2 weeks. We're going to jump straight back into Hux Punks, where these guys are as grown-ups. Grud is no longer Grud. Grud is Arlington the Bugbear. How did that happen? Maybe we'll find out in backstory land. Huge. Couldn't say biggest thank you in the world to Tony Cantwell for joining us for 2 episodes in a row.
Thanks very much.
Thanks
So
so
much fun.
Back.
You're all phenomenal. Thank you very much. It's great fun.
Again, you can catch Tony Cantwell's Shit Show podcast. Tony does.
That's it.
Tony is on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Tony Cantwell Comedy at Tony Horror. I know I'm doing your plug.
Thank you. I want you to.
How much? And if you're cool and sound and you want to buy Tony the price of a pint a month, go on to Tony's Patreon. Because you're doing a phenomenal amount of content, man. Like, utmost respects. I'm just fanning over here. I've had enough points just to be like, fucking love this guy's stuff.
Thank you. No, I I'm doing like 5 extra podcasts a month, and some of them are, and there's some of the ones that are a bit more niche. Like it's just a 2-hour review of Star Wars Episode 1. Almost as long as the film itself. A breakdown of WrestleMania 17. A just top 5 emo songs. So things that just might not be the most broad, more niche. You can find them on the Patreon.
No, but I have to say, you can go into those podcasts, no knowledge of the topic, and have a fucking stellar time. So it's not it's absolutely worth the price of a pint. Go onto Tony's Patreon, support him as much as you can, give him a follow, and if you're already on the platform, sure, fucking follow us if you don't already. You probably do. You're watching this. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for Hux Punks. Continue the adventure. Continue the main campaign. Until then, honestly, look after yourselves. Stay safe. Stay as well as you can. These are really difficult times, and I think the longer it goes on, the harder it gets for everyone. So if you need to, reach out. If you want to chat D&D, we've got a Homebrew Discord. Jump into that. We're active enough on that. We're chatting away. Good night. Joy be to you all, and be sound.
Really trying to get that closing line to work, huh?
I tried my best. I was like, I should learn this before I tried to do it.
You're like,